Don't worry, Aussie. Yeah, something's always up. Unfortunately, in the world at large, what can I say? Something's always up. Yeah, all right. So this live stream, I'm gonna try and keep it up until 9 o'clock. So I'm gonna have to go through quite a few stuff. Um, I was gonna do this last night, but I had to sleep on it because the decision I make now is kind of irreversible. It's not something I can go, okay, I'm going to go down this route, and then I can't tomorrow then go, okay, I made a mistake in the heat of that anger. So heat of the moment. So yesterday I was a bit annoyed, and I was like, all right, let me go sleep on it. Let me listen back to a certain things, and let me see whether I'm being right, whether I'm in the right to do it, or whether I'm wrong. Because I don't want to be in the wrong here. And even if people think I'm being wrong, tell me. Because the thing is that for me, yeah, this is obviously about you, Triller. I know you're watching. Yeah, I know you're watching, Triller. This is about you. Yeah, and it's unfortunate it's got to this point. I'm not gonna lie, it's unfortunate because I tried to myself here. I really, really tried to kind of go, okay, let's try and resolve things here. But the problem is this, yeah. When you're saying you're playing me, yeah. If you say you're playing someone, what does that mean? It means that you're manipulating them, and anything you said I cannot take as being what? As being truthful. I have to, everything you say from now on, I have to second guess. Are you playing me or are you thinking? Because I can say one thing about me, I was not playing this dude. Anything I said to him, I said genuinely. It's something that I want to do, kind of like, okay, build some kind of relationship with a fellow Sikh on the panels and all this kind of stuff here. And obviously, this guy, when he has a few, a little bit of the Dutch courage, as he says, starts either spouting bullshit or telling the truth. Now, for me, I haven't got time to figure out whether you're lying or whether you're talking bullshit. I haven't got time. Yeah. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know whether it's the drink talking or whether you're telling the truth. But when you say what you said yesterday to me, and let me play it to you because I want people to understand something. Yeah. The reason why I'm doing this show. Yeah. The reason I'm doing this show. Let me just get the thing. Now, if I'm not really looking at the chat, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I've got a lot of things to get through while I do this here. Now, yesterday I was on the channel with Triller, and let's just say later on he jumped on. We had a conversation in the beginning, went reasonably well, and then he jumped on later when he had a bit of a Dutch courage. Let's just say, and let's just say. He wasn't the same guy that jumped on earlier. Now the problem with this dude, yeah, he thinks he's playing chess. He thinks he's a master tactician, but he doesn't understand even the basics of how to play chess. Because what he's done to me now is put me in a position where I have to now start proving certain things in order to just disprove your bullshit. And one of them is I'm going to have to now talk about Mohan Singh, SAS, and their connection to Tommy Robinson. Why? Because this guy said there's no Sikhs that support Tommy Robinson. And I know 100% that this guy supports Mohan Singh and the SAS outright, and he thinks they're great, but they also support Tommy Robinson and the movement. So if I'm wrong, you're going to have to start gunning for Tommy. You're going to have to start calling out SAS and Mohan Singh. Because every time you call me out now about the Tommy Robinson connection, you're going to have to call out Mohan Singh and SAS for their connection, CQ, FUK, and Deepa Singh. You're going to have to start calling them out now because I'm not having you jumping on, gunning for me, saying that I had connections to Tommy Robinson and I'm a sellout, I'm a terrible Sikh for doing that when Sikhs that you support, because I know you support them, Mohan Singh and SAS, also have connections to Tommy Robinson, the FLA, and I've done speeches with them. So is it one rule for me because I'm just one little Sikh guy, or are you shook of the bigger picture? Because for me, you're just a big lug who's 6'4", yeah, thinks gets a bit of Dutch courage and starts mouthing off online, yeah. The problem with you is this, yeah. Jedi said it perfectly. You are the skinny big odds. The skinny big odds. The skinny Sikh big odds. That's what you are. You're both the same. You get drunk, you jump on, start threatening people, especially people that are smaller than you, and you think you can take. But anyone bigger than you, you shit yourself. Yeah. and then the next day you start apologizing. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Next day you come back again, say the same shit. Then you come back again. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Then you come back again, you say the same shit again. All over again, yeah. Now, I know no one takes Triller seriously, but the allegation he made yesterday, yeah, is something that I cannot let go, because I'm going to play it to you now, yeah. Because this guy, yeah, is something else. I'm not going to lie. He's something else, man. I'm telling you straight now, man. I regret the day I ever got in contact with this guy or had any kind of dealings with this dude. Now, yesterday, obviously, he had a bit of Dutch courage. And listen to what he says about me. Now, the reason I have to play this first, yeah, is that in order for me to then justify why I have to do what I have to do next, because I don't want it to look like I'm just doing something for no reason. Because when you hear this, then you'll understand why I'm going to do what I want to do next. Apologize. The other day you.
Rog, why you not crying, brother? I didn't come in to listen to
the other day,
I didn't come in to listen to you gossip like a little bitch about Triller. You want to gossip like a bitch about Triller, do it somewhere else.
I apologize because I recognize my wrongs, whereas you don't.
What you do, yeah, is that you keep on drinking, jumping
Why are you
online,
acting like
talking
this?
shit.
Is this what the guru
And then
taught
when
you, Rog,
I
right now?
come
Yeah,
back
no,
at
no,
you,
no,
yeah,
dude. It's just
when I
what
come back
low
at
level
you,
scum do.
Right.
This
when I
is what
come
people
when I
down, man.
come back
This
at
is
you,
just
you
low
start
level
calling me a
people
bully.
here, man. We're talking
You
about
start
Ralph
calling
here,
me a
man.
bully.
I
You start
mean,
calling me a bully.
But
yeah,
Triller,
you
what's this?
are. Yeah, you can be. Because look what you're doing
Oh,
right now.
I'm bullying
Oh, I'm
you.
gonna
I'm
tell
bullying
you
you.
what
Okay.
people
Because
should
you're
know. I'm gonna
fake.
put you
You're
down.
fake.
I'm gonna make
You're
people
fake.
know that
Because
you're
what you
such a
say to
fake
me in
guy.
private is
That
not
you're
what you
this,
say
you're
in
that. You
live.
can't take
What you
it,
say
mate.
in
You can't
private
take
is
it.
not what you
All right.
say in
No, what
public.
I've said to you in the past, mate, was
What
what
you
you
say
wanted
to
to
in
hear. You're just
no.
fucking dumb. You're just
Dude,
fucking
you're
stupid,
fake.
aren't you?
You're
You
fake.
don't
I'm not you.
realize. You don't realize,
Is it
innit?
really
You don't
necessary?
realize that you got played. You got played, you fucking idiot.
You're an
You don't
idiot.
realize that, do ya?
How do I
Yeah,
get
you
played?
don't. All
How
right.
do I get
What do you
played?
mean, bro? But bro, again, you're just fucking too thick to figure
No,
it
tell
out.
me.
You're too fucking thick to figure it out.
Is this what the guru
And then
taught
when
you, Rog,
I
right now?
come
Yeah,
back
no,
at
no,
you,
no,
yeah,
dude. It's just
when I come
what
back
low
at
level
you,
scum do.
Right.
This
when I
is what
come
people
when I
down,
come
man.
back
This
at
is
you,
just
you
low
start
level
calling me a
people
bully.
here, man. We're talking
You
about
start
Ralph
calling
here,
me a
man.
bully. You
I
start
mean,
calling me a bully. Now listen carefully. He says I got played, and I was telling me what I wanted to hear, and this is going to get very important now, because this particular admission has literally proven to me that this man cannot be trusted. Because if you're playing someone and only saying stuff in order to manipulate them, then you're not an honorable person. Because whatever I've said to this individual, yeah, I've always been honest. Let me just say, any communication I've had with this guy, if it was to be let out into the open, it wouldn't really problem me. 99% of it wouldn't. Because whatever I say in public, I'm going to say a similar thing in private. And if it comes out, it comes out, yeah. And even if stuff I've said that I don't say in public, I probably wouldn't have an issue with it because I'm not fake like that. Now, listen to it again. Listen to it again. Listen to it again.
yeah, you are. Yeah, you can be. Because look what you're doing right now.
I'm
I'm gonna tell
bullying
you what people should know. I'm gonna put you down. I'm gonna make people know that you're such a fake guy. That you're this, you're that. You can't take it, mate. You can't take it. All right. No, what I've said to you in the past, mate, was what you wanted to hear. You're just fucking dumb. You're just fucking stupid, aren't you? You don't realize. You don't realize, innit? You don't realize that you got played. You got played, you fucking idiot. You don't realize that, do ya? Yeah, you don't. All right. What do you mean, bro? But bro, again, you're just fucking too thick to figure it out. You're too fucking.
All right. So this is a situation, yeah. I'm gonna play the rest of the audio just to be fair, because it looks like in the audio that I'm gunning for Triller for no reason, and it looks like I'm actually the aggressor. Because if you don't know the full story, it just looks like I'm being a cunt. Now, I'm going to have to disclose something here, and I have to sleep on it here. Like, okay, should I, shouldn't I? But once I listened to it, when he was saying that he played me and he was telling me what I wanted to hear, then I was like, okay, that is, you can't have if you have an agreement with a man, yeah, and both of you are truthful, both of you are honest here, this is what I think of you, blah, blah, let's have an agreement on this. You shake hands on it. Now, if one of the other individuals then goes, okay, nah, I was playing you, and, you know, I was telling you what you wanted to hear. In my opinion, yeah, that particular kind of agreement, yeah, is null and void. Because it's not done with any honesty. is not done with what you call izzat or any kind of honesty as a man. Because what you're doing is playing me. And everything I've said here and everything I've said in private or whatever has always been something that I will stand by in the real life. Yeah, I didn't say anything that I believe here that was trying to be what's called manipulating or trying to kind of like, you know, play that man. Now, I am going to say one thing here. I slept on it. And what I'm going to do is here is a compromise. Because for me, I just want to ignore Triller from now on. Yeah. If he doesn't talk about me, I don't talk about him after today, personally. If I don't hear nothing, if I don't hear him on Brian Hurls, I don't hear him on here talking about me. If I see him on Vellies, I'll be polite. Yeah, I'll have a discourse like, okay, this is your opinion. But I'm not going to get any nicey-niceys with the guy. If the guy's drunk, like he's 95% of the time he is when he's online, I'm just not going to talk to the guy and I'll probably leave the panel because then I'm going to say something I'm going to regret. Yeah, I'm going to try and be the bigger man here. Now, the problem here is this, yeah. I'm not going to disclose what was said between us, but I am going to disclose one thing. Me and him was communicating privately, yeah? Now, we had an agreement that, okay, as men, we're going to not tell anyone that we was communicating. I stuck by that. I was like, don't tell no one. I'm not going to say nothing about what he said. Now, I'm going to still stick to the second part as much as I can here, but there are one or two things here I have to clarify because this guy is a full supporter of Mohan Singh here and the SAS. And well done. You are here a supporter of Mohan Singh and the SAS. Now, the problem is this, where it gets problematic for this guy. The reason why me and him had an argument yesterday is because of my association with Tommy Robinson. Now, the problem is this. The reason why he's not smart enough is this. Ralph was playing him. Ralph was playing him because in order for, if he jumps online and says, Raj, you supported Tommy Robinson, you're a disgrace to Sikhs, I have to then do what? What do I have to do to rebut that? What are you forcing me to do? What move do I have to do in order to disprove that? That I'm the only Sikh that supports Tommy Robinson. I'm going to have to prove other Sikhs support Tommy Robinson. That's when it becomes a shit show. This is why this guy, when I spoke to him in Punjabi, I said, leave it. He didn't want to listen. Yeah. He doesn't want to listen. Now, have a look at this. Who is on this poster? Tommy Robinson, Unbelievable as Mohan Singh, yeah, and other people on this poster for a march on the Sunday, the 11th of June at 2 p.m. Mohan Singh, yeah. Now, my issue is now this. He's bringing me, in order to prove that I'm not the only Sikh that supports Tommy Robinson, I have to now, in order to do that, is to now prove there are other Sikhs that he supports that support Tommy Robinson. Now, next time he does that to me, he's going to have to condemn Mohan Singh and the SAS. He's going to have to condemn Dipa Singh and the CQ UK outright on panels. Otherwise, don't condemn me because we've all done the same thing. Yeah, we've all done the same thing. Only difference between me and them, yeah, is that I'm alone and he sees me as a weak target. And I'm not a weak target. Yeah, I may be alone, but I'm not a weak target. Now, the problem with this is this, yeah. When it comes to this situation around the Tommy Robinson thing, yeah, I've spoken to Triller about why I moved to the Tommy Robinson movement. And he was very understanding about it. The fact that I've experienced actual grooming within my own family. Yeah. I've seen it with my own eyes. Yeah. That I disclose certain things. I didn't disclose too much, but I disclosed stuff that I regret now because I kind of let my heart out. And I was saying to him, look, my family suffered and all this kind of stuff. Yeah. And I thought he would take that into account as to why maybe he might understand why in 2017-18, I kind of moved over to the Tommy Robinson movement and I was getting frustrated because everyone was denying there's a grooming epidemic. And what do you want me to do when I've seen it with my own eyes? Yeah. So I've said a few things to this guy in private that no one knows. So when I'm talking to him online, it looks like I'm overreacting because I've had private conversations with the dude. Lots of them. Yeah. And the one thing about you, Triller, yeah, now you're saying you're playing me and I'm not playing chess and you're playing chess and you told me what I wanted to hear. Okay, fair enough. You were just lying to me. Okay, you was trying to make me feel good about myself. You said a few things and like, oh, Raj, or this or that, and all this complimentary stuff. So you was lying to me. Okay, I heard what you truly think of me. And anything I said to you, it was truthful. I never said anything on the phone or in a text that I didn't truly mean. Yeah. Whatever I said to you, I meant it. You, on the other hand, to me, you obviously said that you manipulated me, you was playing me, and that, you know, you just basically told me what I wanted to hear. Now, the problem with this is this here. Now I don't know what's truthful and what is a lie in terms of what you said to me. Yeah. But I do know one thing that's 100%. You support SAS and Mohan Singh. I know that for a fact because you've said it online and you said it to me in private. So you need to now start condemning them as well, because I'm going to show you another video. I'm going to show you another video of Mohan Singh, just so that you don't say you don't know, because I know you're listening. Now, the thing is, yeah, when you, I'm going to play a bit of the recording, and it's going to look like I'm kind of like overreacting. But like I said, you have to understand from my position, what's happening is this here. I'm talking to Triller, yeah, and then I'm like conversating with him. And because I've had private conversations, I'm like, hold on, you said that to me privately, but now you're saying this to me publicly. So my head is going like, oh, shit, man, like, this guy's a fake. In my head, I'm going, wow, but I can't say nothing because we've had an agreement. Can you see how the problem is? Now, the one thing is this year, I don't record phone calls, and I've never recorded a phone call with Triller. I haven't, yeah. But you do text me. You do text me. And you text a lot. A lot. A lot. And I don't know whether you text when you're drunk, or whether you text whether you're telling the truth or you're lying. So I'm going to have to check here which stuff are truthful and what isn't, yeah? So the thing about you, yeah, is this. I'm going to ignore you, yeah? But I am going to do this one stream here just to prove, yeah, that you are an alcoholic Sharabi Fuddle, yeah? That's what you are. Full stop. And that's why you're butthurt, because you got rinsed out by Jeddah and Maku. They done your beastie. Then I said something on Wendy's show about you, saying, okay, I think that, you know, I agree with Triller, because I did kind of agree with what you were saying on Jedi's, which is that the Asian community here, including his father and my father, had a hard time when we come down here. None of us got silver spoons in our mouths. All of them had to work hard here. And Mackie was trying to make the claim that we wasn't working hard, that, you know, we just got silver spoon in our mouth. And I agreed with him on that, yeah? And I was like, all right. It was frustrating because the guy can't articulate himself when he's, you know, got the Dutch courage and all that kind of stuff. So he made a complete fool of himself when he was doing it. Now, I said a few things on Wendy's, yeah, and I don't think, I listened back to it, I don't think it was that bad. I said, look, man, I agree with Triller, but, you know, when he's had a few thingies, he behaves like a complete moron. And I'm not the only one that says that. So it's not like me, I'm the only one saying that this guy acts like a complete football when he's drinking. I'm like one of a million that says it. Now, whatever you think about me, you said I'm a fool, I'm this and I'm that. Listen here, I'm a fool that's sober. I'm a fool that knows exactly what I did yesterday and what I did the day before. You don't. Yeah, you don't. That's the thing, you don't. And you know you don't, because you've said stuff to me that you don't remember you said in private. When I've said to you, dude, you said that to me 2 days ago. I never said it. I had a few to drink, whatever. Okay. Now, I'm going to play the video here from the beginning here, just to show you. Now you understand the context here. Now, the problem is here, my microphone was completely mashed up yesterday, and his microphone was on treble speed, and he had a bit of Dutch courage. And Ralph obviously was manipulating him. Now, Ralph is very, very manipulative, very smart at manipulating low IQ degenerates. Very, very easy for him. It's like he's literally playing with you. Now, the problem with this situation was that the build-up was this. I was talking to Ralph, was talking about Tommy Robinson movie. Remember, Ralph is a racist, ethno-nationalist who supports Martin Selner. Martin Selner is a Nazi. He was with Mark Collette, who was an actual Nazi. This guy is the epitome of a racist. Him saying that Tommy Robinson is a racist is unbelievably kind of like, it's just one of the biggest ever hypocrisies. So I'm just playing the game. With Ralph, I just play the game. Okay, Ralph. Yeah. But obviously, I was having a conversation and he was asking me, why did I leave the Tommy Robinson movement? I told him the truth why I left, yeah. Because why? Because I don't like to be kind of in a situation where I'm controlled too much. And I feel like I've kind of moved on and there's certain things I didn't like and I moved on. But I still support Tommy Robinson on certain core issues. The grooming, extremism, and freedom of speech. 3 things. And let me tell you, Mohan Singh supports him on freedom of speech, grooming, and extremism. Mohan Singh, the person that Triller supports. So the next time I'm on there, he's going to have to condemn Mohan Singh outright. And let me show you why. Because I'm going to play this clip for you, yeah? And this is going to show you how much of a hypocrite this guy is here. Because you know why? I know for a fact Triller supported this speech, yeah? Because I spoke to him about this speech, and he said Mohan Singh said nothing wrong, yeah? He said nothing wrong. Can someone give me that DFLA speech here where he was at the... if there's anyone in the chat, can you put the speech that Mohan Singh gave at the DFLA? Football Lads Alliance. Yeah, because where is it? Because if you hear what Mohan Singh actually said in this speech, I'll find it later. It's pretty controversial. In fact, it's actually more controversial than anything I've ever said. Yeah, but guess what? I spoke to Triller about this speech, and he told me he 100% agreed with him. So, Triller, if you agree with the speech that Mohan Singh gave at the FLA, the Football Lads Alliance, why are you then not condemning him but condemning me? Because you've said the same things. So the next time you bring up this stuff here, I'm going to have to go next level savage and prove your hypocrisy. Yeah, because you support Mohan Singh. If you don't, and you was lying to me, you're going to have to clarify on live you don't support him and you condemn him for what he said. Can somebody put the link here to that actual FLA speech that Mohan Singh gave a couple of years ago after the London Bridge attack? Oh, here it is. Yeah. So let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Because remember the claim he's making. Let me play the video first, because of what actually happened. Because people are not going to understand. Now you understand here. I haven't gone into the nuances of I haven't showed no text. I haven't gone through no messages. I'm not going to tell you exactly what was said. But I will say this. He supports Mohan Singh. He supports the SAS. And he supports this speech as well. Because I spoke to him because, let me tell you why. Because Sir Faz played the speech on Sir Faz's channel. And me and him spoke about it afterwards. He said, I didn't see nothing wrong in the speech. Yeah. Now, listen to the speech later on because I've got it. But let me just play this first. Yeah. Let me play this first about what happened yesterday. So I was talking to, what's his name? Ralph. Yeah. And we're just having a normal, same old conversation. Why did you support Tommy Robinson even though I support Nazis? Why did I support Tommy Robinson even though, you know, and I'm persecuting Muslims, even though he said it would deport all Muslims? So I'm just going along with it like, oh, whatever, Ralph. I don't take the guy seriously. But, you know, certain other people, you know, fall for the trap quite easily. So have a listen to this.
Stuff, their bad action blowing back onto my community and my
But is there any sign that, apart from this issue of the turbans, any signs that they will be stopping Sikhs from reading in their own language? What is there any sort of?
It's targeted primarily. It's targeted primarily at Muslims, and that's
that's not the point.
Because that's why this is
but this is not the point. If I am allowed to read my scriptures in my language, then they should be allowed to read their scriptures in their language.
But Raj, that's not what you said about scriptures. You said something silly, and then you ran away from it. You said, oh, but really, what we shouldn't drive them to extremism. We should make them feel part and welcome. But you don't do that.
No, I do. I mean,
content the last 3 years is anti-Muslim.
No, my concept is this: that I want people to understand that when they see the Raj at Speaker's Corner, they hear me. I want people to ask, "Oh, there's a Sikh guy. Why is he saying X, Y, Z? Who are the Sikhs?"
All your messages are anti-Islam. So how do you square?
Because all right, so there are certain things that I still stand by that I think are very, very.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
All right, so
right. Let's assume you're right, Raj. You're still just exacerbating the problem.
What you can see is that sometimes pointing out an issue is the way to resolve the issue.
Remember,
the same way.
I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Sikh. So if I want to see how the Muslim people felt about you, I'll ask the Muslims, not you.
I'm not really here for the kind of like the approval of Muslims. I don't really care what they think.
No, that's my point, Raj. That's exactly the point. Therefore,
you're
helping driving the issue in France. You're helping driving Muslims to be more militant.
No. Because my stance has always been very clear. I don't care what Muslims get up to in terms of.
That's not true. You spend all your.
No, I don't. There has not been a single stream or a single comment from me saying that I disagree with Muslims practicing religion. My issue are the people. My issue are the people. My issue. Let me finish.
Let me go to the channel and let me go to the channel.
Let me finish. My issue are the people.
Let me finish.
My issue. My issue is about people are about people, yeah, that believe they are better than others, and that they believe that they do not have to abide by the laws of the UK or the host nation. So my issue is not my issue is not my issue. Oh, dude, I am going on. My issue is not a whole group of people. It's a specific type of people that have that mindset. So whether you think I'm going for everyone, it's always been very clear.
So here's Triller coming on now. I just want to say it sounds like I go off on him because obviously I've got the previous conversations that are private on my head. I know what he thinks of SAS. I know what he thinks of Mohan Singh. I know that Mohan Singh is associated with Tommy Robinson. I know Sikhs support Tommy Robinson, some of them, not a lot, but there are Sikhs, and some of those Sikhs he supports and hasn't said nothing about them. So for me, when I hear this, I'm like, dude, you're so dumb. You're putting me in a situation where I have to now prove that other Sikhs here support Tommy Robinson in front of Ralph, which is what he wants. Yeah, which is what he wants. So although Mohan Singh is not the somebody that's followed massively, he is still another Sikh that I know, unless he was lying to me, that Triller supports. So there's one Sikh that I know that supports Tommy Robinson and he supports, but he has not condemned him and supports him outright. So he's gonna have to start condemning him now if he wants to be what's called just.
I don't care what Muslims get up to in terms of they want to.
That's not true. You spend all your.
No, I don't. No, I don't. There has not been a single stream or a single comment from me saying that I disagree with Muslims practicing the religion. My issue are the people. My issue are the people. My issue. My issue. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Let me go to your channel and let me go to.
Let me finish. Let me finish. My issue are the people that. Let me finish. My issue.
All about Muslims.
My issue is about people that believe they are better than others, and that they believe that they do not have to abide by the laws of the UK or the host nation. So my issue is not. Oh, dude, I am going on. My issue is not a whole group of people. It's a specific type of people that have that mindset. So whether you think I'm going for everyone, that's up to you. But that's not.
Cool. Because Ralph made a good point. He's saying, right, that when Muslims want to know, when other people want to know about Muslims, they ask Muslims. When other people want to know about Christians or Hindus, they ask them. When people want to know about Sikhs, they are like you. They ask other Sikhs. What do most Sikhs think about you? Do you think most Sikhs, in my opinion, from the actions that you've taken, like joining the far right, like Tommy Robinson, having little regret about it, one or two little things that like discrepancies that you might have found within their party, which is what you drew you away from that, right? Fact was, you, all right, I think a lot of Sikhs have a problem with you, right? So if other people were going to ask other Sikhs about you, they would say that you're not a good Sikh and that you're not practicing properly. So therefore, when it comes down to it, what are you actually doing for the Sikh community? In that regard, are you doing better or are you doing worse? No, but it's on the point of what Ralph just said.
Hold on. I'm telling you straight now, don't start talking shit.
Now, the thing is, I had a kind of an agreement with the guy that if he starts saying stuff that I know is going to get controversial, I'll talk to him in Punjabi to tell him to stop. Like already, just leave it. Because I knew, because I'm playing chess, I knew 10 moves ahead what's going to happen. I knew Ralph here was laughing, and I then knew that he's saying that I'm the only Sikh here. I'm a Sikh here that supports Tommy Robinson, and that I'm wrong for doing that. But I know, because of the conversations I've had with him, he supports Mohan Singh, who supports Tommy Robinson and the FLA, and has done speeches, and I'll play the speech. So this is the problem. I was then like, oh, you're so thick, man. You're playing exactly into Ralph's hand. I was like, wow. The other thing is this here, when you're now saying that I'm a Sikh representing Sikhs here, cool, then you are too. Right? I'm representing Sikhs, because I'm online. You're online. We're both equal now. So when you're talking about shagging girls in the back of cars, when you're talking about, drinking and doing weed and doing all of this bakwas and tamasha and stuff, then I have a right to now call you out. Do I not? Because you're saying I'm a bad Sikh. Are you a good Sikh to tell me I'm a bad Sikh? Do I go around saying you're a bad Sikh? Unless you say I'm a... This is the problem I have here with... Same with I had with the Lochin, The Lochin will say to me, Raj, you're a bad Sikh. Raj, you're a bad... I'm like, cool, I'm a bad Sikh. then I know they do X, Y, Z. And they're not good Sikhs themselves. They have no right to tell me I'm a bad Sikh and expect me not to bring back and say, okay, well, are you a good Sikh to tell me I'm a bad Sikh? He brought the fact that I'm a bad Sikh into it, yeah? And obviously, that's going to piss me off because I know that this guy's done his bestie multiple times just in the last week. Just in the last week. Talking about freaking threatening people online. I know 100 man's this and that and all that kind of stuff. And the Jaguar situation, all that Gandhi was talking about, yeah, and these dirty Gandhi and all that kind of stuff. And so when you start bringing out that I'm a bad Sikh, oh yeah, I am a bad Sikh. I'm going to tell you straight, I am. Yeah, I've never said I'm a good Sikh. Never have. I'm not going to claim I am. But you better be a good Sikh if you're telling me I'm a bad Sikh. You better be a good Sikh. You better be showing me how to be a good Sikh. Because the people that talk about it normally are just hypocrites. Normally are people like Fudul Faz, who tells everybody else they're bad Muslims, but he does coke. Yeah? I'm not having Sikhs that drink, do weed, shag girls in the back of cars, and talk shit online and get drunk all day, telling me I'm a bad Sikh. Yeah? The people that are going to tell me that are people like, you know, that I know are good people that are trying to be a good Sikh here, doing the Amrit and doing part and, you know, basically trying. Not somebody online like me that is acting like a fool, like you are and I am. We're both acting like fools. The difference between me and you, I know I'm acting like a fool because it's an act. I can turn it on and up. I can be deadly serious, then I can act like a fool. Why? Because I'm in full control of what I'm doing. Anything I'm doing, when I'm going, I'm not doing it because I'm drunk. I'm doing it because I'm totally sober. This is the difference between me and you. And I know you're going to say, oh, Raj, you used to drink when you were younger. Let me tell you something. I did. But let me tell you something. When I was younger, I was the opposite of you drunk. I was a happy drunk. I was somebody that, you know, when I was drunk, I was like the life of the party. I was like lovey-dovey and all that kind of stuff, unless I drank Bacardi. So when I used to get drunk, it used to normally be that I just have a bit of a dance and be fun and all that. Not like you start threatening everybody and freaking well doing X, Y, Z and doing your bestie, talking about the next type of shit here online here, which you can never remove. So let me just go through the big up to everybody in the chat. I'll say hello in a bit here. Let me just get through this because I have to get through this, man.
No, it's a good point on the fact that what pissed me off when people want to know about Sikhs, they are like you. They ask other Sikhs, yeah, what the.
So now you're a public figure, Triller. People are going to ask about you. Why is it that Triller's always drunk? Does Sikhism allow you to drink? Because Triller's always drunk and he's a Sikh. Does Sikhism allow you to have 3 partners and shag them in the back of a car? Is that Sikhism? Because Triller does that. Oh, does Sikhism allow you to jump on drunk and start threatening everyone? Because Triller does that. Can you see how stupid that is? Just to turn it onto you. Because when I'm doing something, yeah, I'm doing it not because I'm a Sikh. I'm just doing it because I'm a prick. But you're bringing the Sikh angle into it. And if you're going to go down that route, I can push it back onto you easily, which I used to do with the Lochin. Because the Lochin used to say, let me say to Raj, you're a bad guy, or this. He would say I'm a bad Sikh. Once you start bringing the word Sikh into it, I'm going to look how much of a good Sikh you are. Yeah. How much of a good Sikh you are. Yeah. Now, Gurdeep Sound System. Can people really, really punish Gurdeep Sound System, the crybaby? Crybaby Gurdeep Sound System. Yeah. Let's keep on punishing him. Try and see. Let's try and do a record of how many timeouts you can do for Gurdeep Sound System. I'll give you the permission. Let him breathe a little bit though, so he has a bit of hope. You don't want him to lose total hope.
Most Sikhs think about you. Do you think most Sikhs, in my opinion, from the actions that you've taken, yeah, like joining the far right, like Tommy Robinson, having little regret about it, 1 or 2 little things that mystic like discrepancies that you might have found within their party, which is what you drew you away from that, right? Fact was, yeah, you, all right, I think a lot of Sikhs have a problem with you, right? So if other people were going to ask other Sikhs about you, they would say that you're not a good Sikh and that you're not practicing properly. So therefore, you get me, yeah, when it comes down to it, what are you actually doing for the Sikh community? In that regard, are you doing better or are you doing worse? No, but it's on the point of what Ralph just said.
Hold on. I'm telling you straight now, don't start talking shit. Bas kar de.
No, it's a good point on the fact that what pissed me off was you're saying you really have no little regret about the Tommy thing.
Turn
Right?
your microphone down a little bit, Triller. Turn your microphone.
Yeah, my
down.
bad.
Let me tell you something. You're jumping on, yeah. You know, I don't really want to say it because this guy is a fake ass bitch. Shut up. Yeah, I've said my point. Don't try coming here caping and stuff because I'll ruin you. Chop kar de hun.
Bro, answer the question. Why don't you want to answer the question, man? It's a question.
So this is the problem, yeah. When I said that, it sounds quite aggressive because it's like, okay, why would Raj say that? You have to remember, I've communicated with this guy privately for hours and hours and hours, yeah. Hours, I'm talking about hours. So I know certain things. Now, I'm not going to disclose the conversations, yeah, because I can't be bothered, yeah. All I will say is that what he's saying online contradicts what he's saying in private. Now, is he manipulating me like he said that he played me and that he said that he was just telling me what I wanted to hear? Okay, I know that now. But I do want to know one thing. Do you still support SAS and Mohan Singh? Because if you're going to condemn me, saying that I am basically wrong for ever supporting Tommy Robinson, which I'm basically out of that movement, yeah, you're going to have to condemn this as well now. This is what you're going to have to condemn. And I'm going to play this on Veli's one time so I can get his opinion on this publicly. Because I want to know how much does he lie in private? Because let me tell you his opinion on this speech here in private. He said, Mohan Singh said nothing wrong. Now let's play the speech. Remember, the place he's at is at the FLA here. The FLA is an offshoot of Tommy Robinson's movement, is completely associated with Tommy Robinson. And the people that are in this march are Tommy Robinson, like they're second in charge and stuff. So they're all connected. This is in June 25, 2017, after the London bridge attacks. And this is the year I went Speaker's Corner as well.
From Sikh Awareness Society, just to let you know, myself, Baisab, we're in London, St Paul's today for the peace march being arranged by the Football Supporters Alliance, and we're just waiting to accompanied today by Sotheby Law Security. And Baisab will be on shortly. Say hello to the camera.
Who's this guy? That is Tommy Robinson's right-hand man. Right-hand man. So you're going to have to start condemning Mohan Singh from now on if you're going to be consistent. Yeah, because I'm not having you condemn me because you think I'm a weak target, that, oh, Raj is by himself, so I can condemn him. I look like the good guy because I'm condemning a so-called Sikh that supported Tommy Robinson, but you're not going to condemn Mohan Singh because we know your views in private on Mohan Singh because you told me everything he said in this speech, yeah, was correct. So let's see if you stand by that in real life again when other people are listening, or was you lying to me?
I'll start with a Sikh greeting. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. I'm going to utter a line from my Sikh Guru, the 10th Guru. Jai Shiva, Barmohe Ehe, Shubh Karmante, Kabahu Nadaro, meaning, oh God, may I never shrink from a righteous deed. And what better righteous than this, standing here, shoulder to shoulder.
It's on speed on 1 point. Just to say it's on 1.5 so I can...
All of us, one nation, one people, against terrorism. And also standing in solidarity for those who have lost their lives and those who are recovering from the horrific injuries after the attacks. Let me say this, I condemn all forms of terrorism and I make no distinction. Westminster Bridge, Manchester, London Bridge, Borough Market, and the recent one in Finsbury Park. I condemn them all. You know, it's time for the UK to wake up and understand the enemy. It's time to cut out the BS and call it what it is. Now, tackling this, it won't be easy, but ignoring the problem isn't going to solve it either. So that as a matter of urgency, we need to start having a grown-up and frank debate about what we are going to do as a nation together. And for me, the biggest stumbling block is political correctness. It's the biggest cause that is blocking our path to the root cause of the problem. Now, this term political correctness, PC, for me, it means political cowardice. We're too frightened now. We get too scared to call a spade a spade. We need to call it what it is. So UK and we are losing this battle because of political correctness. Okay, guys, answer me this. If we can't identify the enemy, and in fact refuse to do so, haven't we already lost? So we can't afford to do that. Our unity in this fight must cross our religious divides and our diverse identities. The best thing any Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, Sikh can do to combat this religious extremism is to call it what it is and when it happens. Religion is both the cause and the solution to this problem, but we'll never solve it if we don't call it what it is. It's religious extremism, and in this case, in the last 3 months, it's radical Islamic terrorism. Let me say that once more. Radical Islamic terrorism. Now, I've been studying the iceberg model of political extremism. Murderous and violent attacks extremists carry out is a visible tip of the iceberg. So whatever we've seen in the last 3 months, it's only the tip of the iceberg. The rest of this iceberg is underwater and out of sight. And that's where we've got to go down and root these people out. Government needs to establish a blacklist of foreign and homegrown imams and other political leaders who spew hate and intolerance and calling for the death and destruction of our multicultural and multi-faith society. So religious and political speeches that break morality and public order, they should be banned. Places where these speeches are made, whether online or in the real world, these places should be closed down ASP. And that is what we should be demanding of our political elite. Starting Monday, we should be knocking on our politicians' doors and asking for that. Government talks about radicalization and the doctrine of hate and hate preaching, but they've done nothing to stop it. You've seen hate preachers walk the streets in every city spewing hate, and nobody's touched them. Enough is enough. Things need to change now. Not tomorrow, not the day after, now. Britain, we've been too tolerant on extremism, and it ain't gonna happen anymore. So when Theresa May says enough is enough, hold her to her words, because words are cheap. Action speaks louder than words. Political correctness is going to be the death of us. It's been the death of far too many people. People young as Safi, who was 8 years old when she's been mowed down. So this situation truly needs great leadership, and leadership is not going to be found in Whitehall, it's going to be found in the common man. There is a saying, evil prevails when good men don't do anything. We can blame the politicians, but from today, if we don't do anything, we have to blame ourselves. I'm going to end from a quote from my guru. It says, "Kya tu soya, jag iyanna, Meaning, oh foolish people, why are you asleep? Why don't you wake up and smell the coffee? Those that remain awake and aware are saved, and those that sleepwalk through life, that's when we get looted. So wake up.
So you heard the speech here, and I think it's a pretty good speech. There's nothing really I haven't said that he said. In fact, I think some of the things he said even went further. But there were 3 components to the speech here that are in line with me. Free speech. When he's talking about, you know, a political correctness, he's talking about free speech being restricted. Political correctness. Me. That's one of my main targets. Yeah. Secondly, extremism. Yeah, from the Islamic extremism, a small percentage, only like 5%, has a knock-on effect on the Sikhs. You saw what he looked like. If he was walking down the street, no one would know whether he looks like Bin Laden, or they'll probably say he looks like Bin Laden. They won't know the difference that he's a Sikh or whatever. So when it comes to extremism, yeah. And the third thing, obviously, is from SAS, Sikh Awareness Society. They tackle grooming. They also dealt with my cousin's grooming case. So I know the guy here. I would love to get him online, but I don't want him to get backlash from all these nasty people. So remember this year when the next bit of the conversation comes up, because me and Triller spoke about this speech here, because he heard the speech on Faz's. Faz played it. And then what me and Triller spoke one night, I said, did you find the speech? He said, no. He said, the speech was spot on. I had no issue with the speech. Now, either he was lying to me, like he said that he was telling me what I wanted to hear, and he was playing me, or he truly believes it. Either way, I'll find out. Because the next time I go on a panel, I'm going to play the speech and I want him to tell me what he agrees with, what he doesn't agree with, and whether he still sticks by Mohan Singh. Because if you're going to start going for me like you went yesterday with supporting Tommy Robinson, and this Mohan Singh is on a actual, I've never been on an actual thingy doing a speech to a crowd for Tommy Robinson in that capacity, that big. Yeah, one set speakers corner only. So we're gonna, if you really want to go down this route, I can really go down this route. Because yesterday, knowing what I knew, which why I was getting, and I'll mention Mohan Singh next. So listen to me here. So it makes more sense now. Now it makes more sense as to why I was so annoyed. Shush, stop crying. If you keep on spamming here, I'm gonna break your other legs, you little fuddo. You little freaking Kit Kat legs. Shut your mouth. Stop freaking more spamming my chat. Kit Kat boy. Take a break. And before you say, you're out of order, shut your mouth here. The way you spoke about my mother, I don't care if your legs get broken. So let me just play. So here's back again to the conversation, yeah? So have a listen to the conversation. After, obviously, he jumped on saying, oh, you support Tommy Robinson. I've never seen Sikhs that support Tommy Robinson. Rah, rah, rah. You're a disgrace. Rah, 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 rah. Now listen now.
The problem
It's
with
a
you,
question.
when
It's a hard question. I cause you ducked. Hang on, you ducked my question. You ran away from my question. And when Triller doubled the question,
let me
you gave
explain
me
something. Let me explain something. This guy here, he comes on firing shots. When I fire shots back, he starts crying.
I don't care. Why didn't you answer this question?
So either you allow me to ruin you and don't cry
You
afterwards.
get ruining your internet. No one's ruining anyone. Why didn't you answer the question?
You don't feel comfortable answering the question. Don't answer it, bro. You don't need to go on a rampage about me. I'll ruin you. I'll destroy you. I'll finish you. Yeah, you don't need to go there, bro. You could just say I don't feel comfortable answering that question. That's fine. You don't want to answer it. That's fine.
The reason I don't is I know you better than everybody else. So don't go down this
road. Do you really? You think you know me better than everybody else? Interesting.
On these panels, I do. On these panels, I do.
Interesting, really.
Panels, I know you better than everybody else.
So it makes sense now. When I said I know you better, because I was spoke to him for hours on the phone. Yeah, I won't disclose what we said personally, apart from the Mohan Singh. I spoke to him for hours, not minutes, hours. So whatever you think of the kind of conversation we're having now, there's a backlog of other stuff that have been said between us and text and communication that I've had with the guy. So I know his stance on Mohan Singh. And he's drawing me out. He's drawing me out. Like, he's so dumb. He doesn't realize he's being played. I'm like, okay, now I have to bring Mohan Singh. And I don't like bringing Mohan Singh or SAS into this stuff because I don't need them to have the bullshit of these stupid streams. So what happened is this. I had to then bring it out, yeah. He put me into a corner. And he doesn't even realize. He thinks he's playing chess, but he's so goddamn thick, yeah, He's not even playing freaking conkers, let alone chess.
Interesting.
Or being a higher mind, Raj is a bad guy.
Interesting. No. I've asked you a simple question. There are other people on the panel, yeah? I've asked you. Now I'm going on what Ralph just said, right? Other people are looking at you, right? Other people are going to ask other Sikhs about you. What do you think other Sikhs think about you?
What did you say? What do you
Because this is my point. I'm going to go on to this. I'm going to make it really easy for you, yeah? Most Sikhs, yeah, would not agree with what Tommy Robinson is doing, all right? Or his movement. That's what I would say. Most people would criticize that movement. Most people would be against that movement, yeah, that are from the Sikh background. That's what I'm telling you, bro.
Right.
So what do you think about that? What do you think about most Sikhs in that sense?
Let me answer.
Get along with the Muslim community.
Let me answer. Yeah, I'm not going to answer Triller because Triller's a crybaby. When I ruin him, let me finish. He'll come on and start firing shots. When I fire shots, let me finish. When I fire shots back and I try and defend my,
and you see now, yeah, he will start crying. Oh, Raj spoke about me. Look, if you say you're playing me, and you've basically told me what I want to hear, any agreement I had with you is pretty much out the window. In fact, I think I'm being relatively fair because I'm not releasing anything. It's not like I'm going to release all the text here that you've sent me, which I could. If I really wanted, if you're playing me and you're basically telling me what I wanted to hear, I can read all your texts and you can tell me which one's true and which one's false. Because remember all the texts you've sent freaking literally like you're writing an essay worth of text. I don't even know whether you read the stuff. Because I've read them, and let me tell you something. If I did release them, you will be crying. I'm telling you, you will be crying if I did release them.
Myself.
Yeah, but you're back to this slide.
We're just asking questions here, mate. You're on a platform when I do this, when I do that. Don't talk shit, bro. We're asking questions here, bro. All right, you're talking about whoa. I'm sick and tired of your bullshit right now. You're acting like a fucking bully. Oh, I'm gonna destroy you. I've just asked you a question. You're coming up with all sorts of threats and all sorts of bullshit right now.
Because you can't take it.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing. You're trying to get personal. You can't answer the fucking question, can you? Answer the question, bro. What do you think most Sikhs would do? Do you think most Sikhs would be with Tommy or against Tommy?
So let me say so. Most Sikhs wouldn't shag girls on the back of the car and you've come.
Oh, see again, going personal again. Answer the question. Yeah, bro. Things have happened. I've had a sex life, unlike you. All right, cool. Well, carry on. Just answer the question. To do with politics, dude. Why are you getting so defensive? Why are you getting so defensive?
Is it true that most of the Sikh community?
Now, the reason why I'm getting so defensive is that I know Ralph is playing the thing like a freaking violin. He's literally playing Triller like a freaking puppet. And I'm like, dude, you're so thick. I even warned him in Punjabi to say, dude, don't go down this route. Because I knew in order for me to prove what he's saying is wrong, I have to do what? I have to bring up Sikhs that support Tommy Robinson. I don't want to do that on a show with Ralph because I know that's what he wants. And obviously, I've got the backlog of all the conversations I've had with him. So I know he supports Mohan Singh.
In Britain would not act this way towards Muslims. Most of the good Sikhs I know would not.
Most Sikhs would defend Muslims, in my opinion. Yeah, in my opinion, most Sikhs would defend Muslims in that regard. Because again, the fact is, we recognize when it comes to a certain movement, right? Regardless of whatever identity is taken form as today, right? We would still recognize that to be like very similar, if not the National Front. And most Sikhs would completely be opposed that. The fact is, if they're going for a certain, hold on. If they're going for a certain ideology today, right? It doesn't mean that they're not going to go for another tomorrow, right? And that is the point.
Was Mohan Singh wrong for talking to Tommy Robinson?
Wrong for talking. Nothing wrong with talking to another person. I don't know the detail.
Mohan Singh has been lying to Tommy Robinson and the FLA and stuff like that. He's done speeches there. So is he wrong?
Was he wrong? I don't know the details, mate. Is he?
So this is where I know he's a liar, because he has listened on Faz's to the whole speech that was given, what I just played now, and he told me in private that he believes he said nothing wrong in the speech. Now he's saying online to cover his back. I don't know about anything about Tommy Robinson and the links to that and what he said. This is why I'm getting frustrated, because I'm like, dude, you told me we spoke about it. Unless you was drunk and you was lying to me. We spoke about the speech for like 15 minutes. You said it was a great speech and that you agreed with him, yeah, and blah, blah, blah. You didn't see nothing wrong with it. Then he's going, oh, I don't know what speech. I've never heard nothing. I don't know. And that's why I get frustrated with him, yeah. And I'm like, dude, man. And I can't say nothing because we got an agreement. But obviously afterwards, once he said, oh, Raj, I played you and you know you're just basically I was just telling you what I wanted to hear, then any agreement that we've had, yeah. Listen here, man, I agree with you. Ralph is deadly, and this is why I was so annoyed, because the dumber the person is, yeah, the more you're going to get rinsed by Ralph. And the problem is with certain people like Triller, he's the epitome of dumb. Yeah, I'm being straight with you. He told me he was thick here, and I was like, nah, you're not. But the more I listen to him, he is pretty thick.
You're wrong for
So you
talking.
don't know the detail. You don't. You're right. So I'm not wrong for talking as well, because I wanted discussions. Now the thing
No,
is, yeah,
because I just asked you a question. You went off on a tangent, mate. You went all
the
mad
reason
at
I
me.
go off on a tangent on with you, yeah, because you know why. Yeah, you
I know I
can't
don't.
take it.
I really
Right, so
can't. You can
let me
address it on the
explain.
panel.
Right, so let me
You can
explain
address it on
properly.
the panel. Feel
Let me
free.
explain properly. Let me explain properly.
Yeah.
When you ask me a question that I find to be quite heated, and everybody else, I would give back both barrels. But you start crying bullying and Raj is bullying
Yeah,
me.
no,
I'm
because again,
So-
what you said against
but
the media.
Ivar-
Yeah, you're getting personal.
You said you
I'm
were
asking you a
Ivar-
political question.
Either you allow me to respond with no filters.
The reason why I bring up the car thing is that you're telling me I'm a bad Sikh here. Oh, Raj, you're a bad representation of Sikhs, which you said when you jumped on. Then I have to turn it on you, because you're now a public figure as well. You're jumping on as a Sikh, one of the only Sikhs on the panel, so you should have the same scrutiny as me. Right? If you're saying I'm a bad Sikh, I can then turn around and say, okay, I'm being a bad Sikh online and on Speaker's Corner, but you're being a bad Sikh on panels and bragging about stuff that is totally against Sikhi. Yeah? Is that fair? Now he's going on to Brian Hells and all that, yeah. And let me tell you something. He will regret the day he's ever got in that channel. I actually feel sorry for him, because you know those guys here, when they turn on him, he's not going to be able to handle it. I'm telling you straight now. He's not going to be able to handle it, because those guys are next level savage when they turn.
And you don't accuse me of bullying, and there's no point talking.
Oh, excuse me. Wait, what part of that question had anything to do with my sex life? Absolutely nothing, did yeah. So therefore, bro, yeah, you were going for a personal attack, yeah.
Right,
So don't you fucking dare, yeah. Tell me, bro, yeah. All right. What am I gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Make a fucking other video, try and ruin me?
I'm making a video to expose you, yes. Now remember, your Big Ards, yeah, the Sikh version, but a skinny version of Big Ards. What you do is you get drunk, you jump on, you talk shit. Next day you apologize, then you jump on. You don't know what you said the day before. It's the same with Ards. He doesn't even know what he's told me certain things, yeah, about fact. Oh, I never said that. I had a conversation with a dude, and he told me, oh, I didn't say that the day before. He was so drunk. I said, do you remember the conversation? I don't remember. I was drinking, man. And that's it. All that kind of stuff, yeah. The thing about this guy is this, yeah. He's got the worst combination. He's dumb. He's big. Yeah. He's emotional, and he's a drunk. All four of those combined is a big shit show online. Now, if you're doing it in real life, you're going about, it's not much of a problem. But when you're actually online, it's being recorded and stuff, and people are talking about certain things that are quite heated and political and religious, it can turn into a shit show and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now, yeah, I mean, the thing is, yeah, this started with a Tommy Robinson thing, Jupiter. Watch it back. I can't go over it, but this is about Tommy Robinson and my support for Tommy Robinson. I'm trying to bring out the hypocrisy of Triller gunning for me about the Tommy Robinson thing, yeah, because he supports Mohan Singh and the SAS, who also support Tommy Robinson, and I've said even more controversial things about me, but he doesn't call them out. So the next time I speak to him or he says something to me, he's going to have to give me stance on Mohan Singh and the SAS publicly. I want to know the stance, because he told me his stance privately. Let's see if it matches up with his stance publicly.
Talk shit about me, propaganda. All right, all your fucking bullshit, innit? You fucking joke.
You're drunk again.
You're a fucking joke. You're a fucking joke. You're a fucking joke. Everybody fucking knows you're a joke, innit? Everybody fucking knows you're a joke. Don't talk shit to me, you piece of shit. You fucking prick. Yeah, so were you at my age. So were you. So were.
Remember, when I was your age and at Alki, I wasn't going around on YouTube streets, YouTube channels, threatening people and talking about filth and all that. I was literally just dancing and having a good time, and I was a fun drunk. So my drunk days were nothing like your drunken behavior. Yeah, when you're drunk, you're a grade A cunt. And everybody agrees with it. I'm not the only person that says it. Everyone said, oh, Triller's okay when he's sober, but he's a cunt when he's drinking. Now, which one is the real Triller? Is the real Triller the drunk Triller, or the real Triller the guy that is hiding behind the sober Triller? Because sometimes they say The real person behind a drunk is the person when they're drinking. For me, it was the opposite. It was like a fake kind of like persona of being a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. So I know that was a fake persona for me. Yeah, I'm really like this all the time. A miserable little, miserable little.
But you were actually Alki. Yeah,
Can I just
ask fucking prick. Don't you ever dare go into my personal life. All right, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You're a fucking prick, mate. I'm talking to you right now. All right. What are you gonna do? Make a fucking video. Go make a video. Go talk shit. Go talk shit. Go talk shit about other people, mate. All right. You don't like it when people want to put a fucking serious question to you, do you? Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate. Sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you, Ned. Sorry, Ned. Yeah, sure, Ned. Sorry. Yeah, sure, Ned. No problem, Ned. No
Can I
problem.
just clarify? Ask Raj something. Can I just ask Raj something? Now, listen, Raj. I have seen pictures of Tommy Robinson in Gurdwaras, or is it the hot temples? You know, quite a few. And I understood that there were quite a few sort of Sikh organisations, communities that were not at best relations with the Muslim communities in some areas, and that they saw Tommy Robinson as a kind of counterweight to bulwark against.
Let me explain something. So for me, like I said, from 2010 before that, I had no real issues with Muslim or Pakistanis and stuff. I went through an issue with the grooming situation with one of my relatives, which has been confirmed by Badmash and other people. My views, and I saw a lot of stuff through that because I had to get in contact with Sikh Awareness Society. My views and my world life is different from everybody else's. I saw things because
I mean, what's sad about this is that I actually spoke to Triller about some certain kind of private stuff, and he seemed to be understanding. Like, yeah, Raj, if that happened to me, I kind of understand. Now, I don't know whether he was just playing me and just saying that in order to manipulate me, or whether he genuinely. This is the problem when someone says they played you and that they tell you what you want to hear. You can't trust anything that man says after that. You just can't. And even if he said he said it in the heat of the moment, I still can't trust you because I don't know what's true and what's untrue. Whatever I said to this guy, publicly out of the thingy is what I meant. Yeah, I didn't say anything that I reckon, which was trying to manipulate the guy or saying something that I didn't truly believe. Now have a look at this here, because obviously this guy's now he's making me do this. Look, once again, I have to do this now just to prove a point.
Little demonstration identified. Many times the Sikh community that Sikhs stand against what happened in Manchester. So many Sikhs stand against what happened in Manchester. Educated people. So here's forming relationship, more hard-working group of people. In a hurry, I want to show Islamic extremism here in solid throughout their whole history of their religion.
I want you to condemn Dipper as well publicly. I want you to do it publicly. Because if you're going to go for me, you're going to have to condemn these guys as well.
Everyone should know the sacrifices of Sikh history, for Britain as well.
Yeah. All of these guys, I want you to condemn every single one of these guys that was shaking his hand, that were talking to him. Every single one of them. Yeah, I want you, every single one of them, including this guy, to go over there and condemn every single one of these guys that are allowing him to shake their hands. Because if you're going to go for me, you better be consistent. And this is why you're so dumb, because I knew the road you was going down. I could see 10 steps ahead. I was like, dude, he's going to make me have to now say X, Y, Z and show videos that is to prove my point that I'm not the only Sikh that has supported Tommy Robinson and agreed with certain things. Freedom of speech, Islamic extremism, and the grooming epidemic are the three things that I've aligned myself with Tommy Robinson. The other things I don't agree with. Same with these guys, probably. Same with Mohan Singh. Same with the CQFK. He has made me do this. And he doesn't even understand that how Ralph played him like a freaking fiddle. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask him straight here the next time I speak to him, do you condemn Mohan Singh SAS? Do you condemn Dippa and CQFK? I want to answer from that. And if he doesn't condemn them like he condemned me yesterday, then you know he's a bitch. Yeah, he's too scared to do it because he knows condemning me is one thing, saying Raj is wrong is one thing. But once you start condemning certain other people, it's going to get a little bit different for you. Because for me, I'm a one person by myself. Yeah, and that's why he thinks I'm an easy target. Oh, Raj, I'll box Raj. Let me tell you the day I realized there was something wrong with Triller. Let me tell you why I knew there was something wrong with Triller. It was the day he offered to box me. And I was like, why would you fight me when you know I got other people that I don't like, that I want to fight them? I got no problem with you. Yeah. That's when I started, my kind of mind started changing, because people used to tell me, oh yeah, this guy's a bit weird. I was like, nah, he's all right, man, because I used to speak to him privately. And then I was like, hold on a second. Why would you want to fight me, but you don't want to fight bigger men? Do you know what he said to me? Raj, I know, yeah, I trust you, and that, you know, you're not going to hurt me. What that means, he thinks I'm a bitch. That's what he thinks. Oh, Raj, I'm going to fight you in a boxing ring. I'll get some clout. I'll make myself look good for all my haters and stuff. Raj's haters. I'll get a bit of publicity. I'll make myself look like the big bad Sikh that beat up Raj. But when it comes to like Elron and all that, he offered him out, then chickened out afterwards. When it comes to other people, he chickens out. He's always saying, oh, Raj, no. You don't trust me. You was playing me and you told me that you just told me what you wanted me to hear. So you was telling me what I wanted to hear, that you trusted me and all this kind of stuff. So I felt like, oh, Trilla's a good guy. Rah. Okay. I'm not as dumb as you think, Trilla. I think you really must think I'm really thick. If you ever thought for a second I trusted you or I had any form of like, okay, disappointment in what you said, I don't. Because you know why? Like I said to you on the phone, I don't trust nobody apart from you, Waheguru, the Gurus, and my mother. That's it. Everybody else has levels of trust, and your level of trust at the time was very low and still is very low. I always had apprehension about you. I was like, okay, but I was still honest with you when I was speaking to you. I didn't say anything that I believe online, I mean, on private phone calls, where I felt like I was being dishonest with you to try and kind of get one up. But whereas you said that you was being dishonest with me, that you was telling me what I wanted to hear. Now, here's another one. So here's the Sikh channel interview. Now, I mean, to get somebody on like him on Sikh channel, look.
By the police, there is no response. Or by the community leaders, there is no response. Now, 5 years on after the English Festival, I think we're getting somewhere where they're starting to crack down and smash these grooming gangs. For example, in Luton, you had a young Sikh girl who was raped. She was raped in a park. The family went to the police. The police won't do anything.
Yeah, this is in Luton.
Which is when you saw hundreds of Sikhs come from across the country to Luton, and it's when the English Defence League turned up as well, and we blocked the main dual carriageway in the town centre. We blocked it. Hundreds of women tackled them because they could no longer ignore themselves.
Some kind of historical understandings, because again, like I said, Sikhs.
You're going to condemn him as well for talking to him? You're going to condemn that Sikh guy as well for talking to him? We'll see. We'll see how much you condemn. We'll see. Let me play the rest of it. I'm going to say something. He said something to me yesterday that, oh my God, I'm not going to lie here. This probably pissed me off more than actually everything else. And let me play it to you. I'm going to have to control myself because this really pissed me off.
To my own relative. And through that, I met SAS and other groups. I don't want to talk too much about SAS, including Mohan Singh, who's the main guy, does have links to the movement, to FLA and stuff. Not because we agree with everything that they say, but because on the main topics of the grooming and extremism, we have a common link. It doesn't mean we agree with everything. Yeah, and this is the problem. If you're going to condemn me, you're going to have to condemn a lot of Sikhs, because when I go around and I meet Sikhs and stuff, they say to me, Raj, I don't always like your delivery, but I do agree there's an issue with XYZ. Yeah, and those same issues are the issues that Tommy Robinson has brought up and other people have brought up. Yeah, so for me, it's not about, you know, Tommy Robinson being the bad guy, the big bad guy. Whether he's done wrong or right, are the issues that he's highlighted, like the Islamic extremism and the grooming epidemic, was that real? And they say it is real.
And wasn't that sorry, but wasn't that the same with Sarah Garvey and Kalam that they sort of saw Tommy Robinson as some kind of a counterweight to what they saw as sort of Islamic I don't know what, but they saw him as a kind of counterweight.
And the thing is, I mean, a lot of people talk about stuff they have never experienced it. I met Hizbut Tahrir and Majid Nawaz in 1992 and 93, and I had first-hand experience of a person actually getting murdered at my college and my friends being beaten up for being Sikhs. I've also experienced the grooming epidemic and stuff. So my perception of, you know, certain things is going to be different to everybody else's. And it's the same way with anything. Everybody's life experiences mold who they are. And the same with Tommy Robinson. The guy come from Luton. If you look at the amount of people on the watch list just in Luton, your mind will be blown. And this is his area. Also the grooming and stuff. He is a product of his environment. You can't just say, okay, this guy is XYZ and he's wrong about everything.
But why are you kidding? What about all the Sikhs who've been attacked by the EDL?
And I condemn anybody that's been attacked by the EDL.
You didn't condemn Tommy. When I asked you, is Tommy Robinson Islamophobic? You ducked. When I said, is Tommy Robinson racist? You ducked. Now I'm asking you a specific question. Has the Tommy Robinson...
So, remember, this is... Ralph is the guy that supports Mark Collette, yeah? and supports ethno-nationalism and is a race realist, meaning that he believes other races are inferior mentally, intelligent. Now, let me just show you about Luton, because this situation about, you know, Tommy Robinson come from Luton is very important, because have a look. This is the BBC. Luton, a hotbed of extremism. Yeah. Luton has some of the most people on the watch list in the whole of the UK. Yeah. Priority area. Here, look. This is 2021. Yeah, and obviously there's people from both sides becoming extremists. But the reason why Tommy Robinson is the way he is because he's from the hotbed of the extremist guys from, you know, his are in them. They were down there. What's it? Al Jamarajun, whatever they're called. Yeah. So this guy kind of coming in this like, okay, you know, Tommy Robinson, like he's in a vacuum, and you know nothing ever happened, and that he just turned out that way. It's stupid. The same way I'm not the way I am for no reason. Yeah. If certain things never happened to me and what I saw, I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't be saying what I'm saying.
EDL movement attack Sikhs. You know they've attacked Sikhs. They
Well, I don't.
You're still supporting Tommy Robinson. And
Firstly, I was never ever supporting Tommy Robinson when the EDL was there. So EDL had been disbanded by the time I actually.
Yeah, and that's a good. That's the point here. I started joining the Tommy Robinson movement around 2017, or maybe 2016, a little bit before I went Speaker's Corner. The EDL was disbanded in 2013. Yeah, in 2013. So the reason why it was disbanded, or Tommy Robinson moved, is because it started to get infiltrated by racists and far-right racists. Yeah, far-right racists started infiltrating it, and he moved on. So, but listen to what was said next. I'm not going to lie here. I want people to, can I just say something to the Sikhs out there, yeah? Can you listen to this and tell me if it makes sense? Maybe I'm not listening to it properly, but I'm not going to lie. When I heard it yesterday, I had to really, really kind of like stop myself from freaking or going savage mode. You know why? Because the thing about Ralph here, he understands it. This is why Ralph's a good troll. He understands how to use certain words to trigger people. And I didn't get triggered by what Ralph said. I got triggered by the stupidity of Trilla's reaction. And listen to this.
They have an Aurangzeb was that.
Listen.
Everybody's life experiences mold who they.
So just before I go on, he's going to compare, Ralph is going to compare the Tommy Robinson and the EDL movement to Aurangzeb. Now, to anyone that knows who Aurangzeb is basically like how Hitler is to the Jews. He's one of the main kind of individuals that persecuted and murdered the Sikhs, including, the 10th Guru, the 9th Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur, which I will be doing a show for his 400th anniversary. I've just been busy. I'm going to try and do it on Saturday, maybe Sunday. And so for him to compare that to the Tommy Robinson and the EDL movement, I was like, yeah, you're trolling good, dude, but I'm not going to react. But what I did react to was the dumbness of Trilla's laugh. I was like, dude, do you not realize he's taken the mick out of the persecution of Aurangzeb with the Sikhs? He's mocking us. But he finds it a good point that you can compare Tommy Robinson, and the EDL, and his time with the EDL to Aurangzeb is insane to me, Insane to me. The fact that you're going to laugh about it as well. I was like, I'm going to lie. I freaking got pissed off about it.
They are. And the same with Tommy Robinson. The guys come from Luton. If you look at the amount of people on the watch list just in Luton, your mind will be blown. And this is his area. Also the grooming and stuff. He is a product of his environment. You can't just say, okay, this guy is X, Y, Z and he's wrong about everything.
But why are you kidding? What about all the Sikhs who've been attacked by the EDL?
And I condemn anybody that's been attacked by the EDL.
But you didn't condemn Tommy. When I asked you, is Tommy Robinson Islamophobic? You ducked. When I said, is Tommy Robinson racist? You ducked. Now I'm asking you a specific question. Has the Tommy Robinson's EDL movement attacked Sikhs? You know they've attacked Sikhs. They
well, I don't.
You're still supporting Tommy Robinson.
Firstly, I was never ever supporting Tommy Robinson when the EDL was there. So EDL had been disbanded by the time I actually.
You there when Aurangzeb was there?
Oh, Ralph, good
You
point, mate.
condemn
Good
Tommy
point.
and the EDL for all the attacks.
So
on
you're
Sikhs,
laughing,
including-
you're hostile,
including
yeah?
Yeah,
Guru
because it's a good fucking point. It's a good fucking point, mate. It's a good point.
Do you know how low IQ this guy is? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Triller. You know when you told me you was dumb, yeah, I was like, no, you're not, but you are dumb. You're very dumb. And I'll explain to you how thick you are. You're laughing at Ralph taking the piss because he is taking the piss. He's saying that, okay, Raj, you wasn't there when Tommy Robinson was there with the EDL, and you didn't support them then, but you support him now. That's akin to not, supporting somebody about Aurangzeb and the history of Aurangzeb because he wasn't, you wasn't there. You can't really, you didn't really know what was going on and blah blah blah, and you wasn't supporting them. Now the point is, you understand, that Aurangzeb, to use Aurangzeb as a way to compare him to the EDL and Tommy Robinson is the way to disrespect Sikhs. You know that. It's the same way someone might say Tommy Robinson, and the EDL is akin to Hitler. Now, Hitler and Tommy Robinson and the EDL are nothing the same. Hitler caused millions of deaths, and a lot of persecution of so many different people. You cannot compare the two, And this is what he was doing. And he was mocking you, Triller. And you're so dumb, you're laughing with him as he's laughing at you. He's laughing at you, and you're laughing with him at you. Now, Ralph is deadly. Let me give you Ralph. Well done, Ralph. Ralph, you played a blinder. And let me tell you something. You did. Because you are too smart for someone. I mean, Triller's just too. Now, if he was sober, it might have been different. I don't know. I can't really tell. But he's way too smart for him, man. I mean, it's embarrassing. He's playing you like a little freaking little puppet, and you're just laughing. I mean, I've never heard someone laugh getting humiliated. He's humiliating you with Aurangzeb. He's humiliating the Sikhs, basically, bringing up Aurangzeb. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Because how do I know that? Because he's done it before. A lot of people use the Aurangzeb thing. Oh, well, Aurangzeb this year in order because they know it triggers Sikhs. And he's somebody that, the Sikhs have a real kind of hatred for because of the persecution we had under him, And so for you to kind of like laugh with that stupid laugh of yours, it's just embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually shocked about this more than everything else. I was shocked about this. I'm gonna have to give Ralph a handshake just to say, look, dude, well done. You played a good game.
Good point. The thing is that, go on. The thing is, you never answered my.
Attack Sikhs. You know they've attacked Sikhs.
Well, I don't.
You're still supporting Tommy Robinson. And
Firstly, I was never ever supporting Robinson when the EDL was there. So EDL had been disbanded by the time I.
Were you there when Aurangzeb was there?
Oh, Ralph, good point, mate. Good
point. For all the attacks.
So you're laughing, you're hostile,
because it's a good fucking point. It's a good fucking point, mate. It's a good point. It's a good point. The thing is that, go on. The thing is, you never answered my question. Do most Sikhs, in your opinion, would support the Tommy Robinson movement or be against it?
Explain first about why you was laughing about Aurangzeb. Can you explain?
Because the fact is, you weren't there to prove that he was a bad guy, but you recognize that he's a bad guy, right? We all of us, right? None of us were alive to see Aurangzeb, right? But we recognize that he was a bad guy. He was a tyrant, right? But the fact is, you weren't born. You said you weren't around when the EDL were there, right? But you can't recognize if they were bad or not. That's the point.
I said I never said that. I said I never joined the Tommy Robinson movement when he was with the EDL. What is that got to do with Aurangzeb? And you're laughing like a
because you were asked.
You're too dumb, Triller.
No, I'm not too dumb, dude. Well, hold on, Ralph. Let me ask him. Ralph, 1 second. Sorry, mate. Let me interrupt you. Yeah, I'll tell you why I'm not too dumb, dude. Yeah. Here's the thing. Most people can see that what the Tommy Robinson thing is, right? It's another form of the EDL kind of thing, right? The fact is that they're going for the Muslim people, right? Going for the grooming back gang situation and everything else, to go for a certain ideology, right? which isn't their whole goal, but it's part of their goal to get out, right, a big ethnic minority in the country, right? And if they can go against them, then they can go against everybody else after that. So just say they succeed in removing all Muslims. Hold on. If they succeeded in removing all Muslims out of the country, right, then what's stopping them from removing everybody else?
All right. So, do you agree there's a grooming epidemic? There was a grooming issue.
Yes, I do.
Do you agree there's problems with Islamic extremism?
No, but no. We're not. I don't know Trilla's views. So let me
See how smart Ralph is. He knows I'm gonna pin Trilla, but Trilla doesn't know I'm pinning him because he's too dumb. But Ralph knows, so he's interfering every time he knows I'm gonna get and pin him, because when I can pin him on 3 things. Do you agree with Islamic extremism? Do you agree there's a grooming epidemic? Then what I can do is to pin him. They say, okay, that's what I agree with. That's what Mohan Singh agrees with. This is what a lot of other Sikhs agree with. But obviously, Ralph is too smart, and he's he's a good troll, and he understands how to manipulate the situation and started deflecting.
Let me ask Trilla. It's very important. So, let me ask it. Do you agree? Do you agree?
No, I'm sorry. This is the Christian Inquisition here. You don't let people escape from the Christian Inquisition.
Let me ask Trilla.
You said last year, is Tommy Robinson Islamophobic? You said no. Is Tommy Robinson racist? You said no. When I said, what do you think of Tommy Robinson's EDL movement attacking lots of Sikhs? Your answer was, I wasn't there when it happened.
All right, so let me ask Trilla again. Is there a problem?
You're just being a Sikh who hates Muslims.
Let me ask Trilla a question. Do you agree there's a problem with Islamic extremism?
You're just repeating the same point.
Is there a problem with
do you want to elaborate? I mean, I would say obviously any extremism there's a problem with in that regard.
Right,
terrorism in particular.
Let me elaborate. So in 2007, they blew up the bus. Manchester, they blew up the arena with kids in it. Or London Bridge, they killed people on the bridge and all that kind of stuff. Do you agree, compared to other groups, when it comes to violent actions from the extremists within the Muslim community, only a small percentage, there's a problem compared to other groups?
Recently, yeah, definitely. Recently.
Okay, so we've established there's a problem with grooming. You've agreed. You've established that there is a problem with extremism, which is what I was saying. Same thing with Mohan Singh was saying. Same thing that Tommy Robinson was saying. So we can disagree on a lot of other things, but when it comes to the crux of the actual issues, those are the issues. The reason I'm addressing this is because that is the crux of my issues. Those are the issues that I've been trying to highlight.
The crux of the question. We know you're repeating yourself every year like a record. The crux of the question is, when I asked you 3 questions of Tommy, why didn't you answer that position? Don't tell me what you agree with me on.
Look, I will say
but I asked you, is Tommy Islamophobic? You ducked and said no. I said, is Tommy racist? You said, oh no, maybe he didn't really hit the black guy. Then I said, okay, you said maybe personally the Sikh community. The EDL, I have record. You want to put up news story after news story, the EDL beating up Sikhs, pulling off their turbans. You have no comment to make. So why don't you address, can you address that question?
All right, so let me answer it, because you're just
don't tell me what's extremism.
All right, so first of all, you need to provide the proof. And if you can provide proof of the EDL, doing I'll condemn the EDL.
Sure, I've got 7 stories.
I'll condemn them. So bring them on. Yeah, bring them on now. So I'll condemn the EDL. So my point was this: when I kind of started with Tommy Robinson, this was during the time I was in let me finish in 2017, where I went to the Speaker's Corner. Prior to that, I had no connection to Tommy Robinson's movement. So my point is this: you've been comparing that to one of the most maniacal tyrants that persecuted the Sikhs, and Trilla laughing his head off like it was funny. I find very disrespectful.
Okay, so are you fucking crazy? I'm laughing at the fact that the point was, you couldn't fucking prove that you weren't there, right? When Aurangzeb, done all those things, but the fact is, you couldn't condemn him. You didn't know what was happening with the EDL, but you couldn't condemn them. This is a very good comparison, dude. What you fucking tell me about what you're uncomfortable with, Don't act tell me I'm a low IQ, bro, when you know you're the dumb fuck on this whole equation. You're the one who fucking joined Tommy, bro. You're the one, Every other Sikh says you're a fucking idiot. Nobody else, bro. Don't tell me, bro.
You want me to finish your comment? All right, so tomorrow I'm going to send emails.
Here you go. Here we go. You're the one, bro. Go with what you know. Go with what we're saying, bro. You can't go with it. You gotta go as low as you can if you want. No one's stopping you, mate. No one's stopping you, innit? I know you're not a man of your word. All right.
You're saying all the Sikhs.
Here we go. Here we go.
So the reason I'm bringing this up is that his rhetoric in private has been different from his rhetoric in real life. This is why I've got the show, the title, that, if people talk to you one way to your face but talk differently behind your back to other people, then those people are probably not people that you want to trust. Because the thing is, the things he says to me in private was different from what he's saying in public. And this is where I have a problem. Whatever I've said to Trilla in private is being the same in public. In fact, I've tried to help him by, even when he was on Jedi's here, I rang him when he was on Jedi's, embarrassing himself, talking about, I'm so poor, but I got a house and all this. And I was like, dude, man, don't embarrass yourself. Don't go into your family's details. So what I did, I phoned him, yeah, he didn't pick the phone, then I texted him. I was trying to look out for him. I even jumped on the panel to help him because I thought, okay, Maki was being out of order, saying that, you know, his father and that had an easy time when they come down there, when they didn't. He worked from the bottom and he was hard working and he built his businesses. You can't say he had a silver spoon in his mouth, yeah, because he didn't. And so I'm glad I didn't jump on that day because I would have thought about it. I would have regretted afterwards trying to back the guy up. Because let him dig his own thingy. Let him go into Brian's channel. Let him go into all these channels. Let him get pally with these people. Because I'm telling you something now, Triller. You're going to see something. If you think I'm a cunt here, you've not seen nothing when it comes to Esau, Brian, and all of these guys. Yeah, they're next level savage. Yeah, and I'm telling you, at some point you're going to get drunk. You're going to jump on them, start swearing at them and threatening them, and they're going to ruin you afterwards. Because they're not going to be as, let's say, forgiving as Jedi and me and other people. Yeah, they're not going to be as forgiving.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Go on, carry on, carry on.
Let me tell you what you wrote in the email.
Don't take the bait,
you
bro.
can start
No, this is what I'm saying. He's got to take it personal. He has to because he knows he can't fucking win
address
it.
this much, Raj? Can you address this?
He knows.
Let me show you.
No, this again, it's just going to show his character. It's all it is. Get me, end of the day.
Let me tell you, I'm done with
End of the day, you want to. Yeah, go on. Do what you want to do.
You're a drunken idiot.
This is what a drunken idiot, yeah, or whatever. Give them to the but this shows your character. I have not said anything. Wait, hold on. I have not said anything, yeah.
Now remember what he's saying, that my character's bad and all this, but I've never said anything to you to play you. I've never said anything to you that I didn't genuinely mean. You said to me you was telling me things that you wanted me to hear, and it makes sense now because when you were saying certain things to me to kind of like big me up and stuff, I was like, that's a bit weird. Why are you bigging me up for when you're? And I just thought you was like, you know, whatever, you know, maybe, you know, that's what you truly. Obviously, you now have made it clear you was just playing me and you was just basically manipulating. But the difference between me and you is this: I don't take none of your compliments seriously. I don't take none of your disses that seriously. You're irrelevant in the overall scheme of things. So when I was just talking to you, like I said to you on the phone, I said, dude, don't ever trust me because you know what? I never trusted you. That's it. Yeah. And you've proven to me through your own words that you was playing me and you was telling me what I wanted to hear. So who is the real, snake in the grass? Me or you? Because I was 100% honest whenever I told you stuff. Yeah. Whatever I said online, whatever I said in the thingy, whatever I got in my text, I don't mind revealing. Why? Because whatever I said was true and what I believe is to be true. You, on the other hand, are going to be a little bit screwed because what you've said in private and what you've said on text doesn't match up with what you're saying in public. So who's the fake, me or you? I can release every single text and not be embarrassed. I could release I could tell you everything I said on the phone call. Obviously, I didn't record them, but I can tell you everything I said. And I'm not somebody that's going to be embarrassed about it, but you will. Yeah? Oh, look who's here. My #1 fan. Raj can drink. He don't wear turban. Raj, you was a nasty drunk while wearing turban. Mummy found you in hospital with your... She's thinking about my bits. You know what, yeah? What was so funny is she was in a back chat yesterday, yeah? And what happened is she tried to get on, yeah, and Veli buoyed her off, yeah? And then what happened is that she went on to Brian Hills, yeah? Let me just show you after this, yeah? Guess what she spoke about on Brian Hills is? But she's not obsessed with me. Okay. Triller has gone on to Faz's, Raspect, Amy's, Valley's. Now, Brian Hills talking about politics, talking about what's happening in India, talking about what is she talking about? Let's see what we're talking about, yeah? Let's see what you're talking about. Let's find out. Let's find out what you're talking about. Obviously, I can't play it because she's going to put a strike on, but she is in love with the Raj, and it's embarrassing. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to tell you something. I had to speak to the police the other day, yeah, because obviously I haven't got her full details yet, and I played a bit of her recording, yeah, from the other day. They started laughing, yeah. They said, this, what they said to me. They said, this woman sounds nuts, yeah? Like, I'm not joking. The police are like, is she in her right mind? Don't take it too seriously. She sounds like she's, like, something's wrong with her. She seems obsessed. Even the police said she's obsessed with you. I said, I know. She even knows what I wear underneath my freaking shirt. Yeah, like she knows. She thinks she knows everything about me. The police think you're insane. They think you're one of those stalkers. They're like, why is she? They even asked me, why is she so obsessed with you, and why does she talk about you all the time on every channel? I said, dude, man, I think it's to do with last couple of years ago when obviously I turned down her marriage proposal. That's the only thing I could think. The embarrassment of that girl, is unbelievable. She cannot talk about anything apart from the Raj. I feel kind of sorry for her, to be honest with you. Imagine that, your only topic of conversation is Raj. Imagine that. Every panel you've gone onto, you can only talk about one thing. Raj, no, good thing. Yeah. And then you say, I'm not obsessed with Raj. But you know Raj on this. You know Raj goes to the toilet, but he doesn't use his left hand, he uses his right hand. You know when Raj goes to has a shower, do you know what he does? He uses the soap, but he doesn't actually wet the soap before he puts it around himself. And you know what? He cleans his feet first. Yeah, his feet. He doesn't even clean his back first. I can't believe Raj does that. You know Raj, when he eats roti and dinner, do you know what he does? He uses a spoon. We're Punjabis. He's a Ugandan. That's why he uses a spoon. You know, Raj, when he washes the dishes, he doesn't use fairy liquid. I'm telling you, he uses Tesco brand. I'm telling you. Like, this is the level of... Do you know what's got to the point, Everyone knows she's mad, I know she's mad. And I can't even take her seriously because when she jumps on, everyone's like, oh, my God, it's her again. Even on... Do you know how bad it is, Even Ralph, who hates me, got fed up of her because she can't stop talking about me. She can't stop. There's only do you know what it is? The problem is, what Kay doesn't understand is like there's only a certain amount of point you can talk about the same thing before people get fed up. For me, I just listen, going, like a counselor. Yes, Kay, Hanji, what did Raj do to you today? Oh, the bad boy, Raj. Naughty, naughty, Raj. Naughty, naughty. Raj didn't want to do that. Oh, my God. I'm not your counselor. Now, what I'm going to do, whenever you jump on, I'm going to counsel you. I want to help you, Killer K. I want to help you get out of your obsession with me. But you have to stop it. Get married. Have some children. Forget about the Raj that he rejected you. You must move on with your life. You must, Killer K. Let's everybody will now do counsel. Whenever she's in the chat, don't be horrible to her. Just ask her, Kay, why are you obsessed with Raj? What can we do to help you to move on? This is how we're going to help her. Because I thought by shouting at her and all that, that's not the way. What we have to do is to feel pity for this 6-foot. She's 6 foot, 45 years old, and partially deaf. Partially deaf. Partially deaf. God. You can't make that shit up, man. It's something like out of freaking Lord of the Rings. It's like a character from the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, we got a new character. It's called Killer K. She's J-footer, partially deaf, 45 years old, and she stinks. Let me go back to Triller,
Let me read this to him. I want Raj to respond to
too emotional and too...
Raj, respond to this.
Yeah, I'm an emotional guy. So what?
Raj, can you respond to this? Far-right protesters abuse, this is from The Independent when Benny shares it. Far-right protesters abuse Sikh volunteers feeding the homeless people in Manchester. We had to scarf of our own safety as they're becoming abusive to the volunteers. There's a story after story from Google. Far-right protesters abusing Sikh volunteers as they try to feed the homeless in Manchester. Tommy Robinson's EDL movement. So what do you think of that, Raj?
I condemn them. They're wrong.
So you condemn Tommy Robinson's EDL movement?
I condemn Tommy Robinson's movement, and I'm glad Tommy Robinson moved away from them. You realised there was an EDL. So let me finish. The EDL was obviously becoming infiltrated by a lot of racists, like these racists. This is why Tommy Robinson moved away from him. Now, the problem with Triller is this. Triller, gets drunk, jumps... Are you ready now?
No, fine. Well, I'm talking to you, aren't I?
No, but have you been drinking, though? Have you been drinking?
Why did you do that, Raj? Why did you be drinking?
You've had no drink today. You've had no drink.
Raj, have you been masturbating?
Well, I'm not saying over you. Over you. Because the problem with Triller is...
Don't make me discipline you.
All right, so let me say, the problem with Triller is like what Jedi said. You're a skinny big arts, skinny big arts, because you...
Oh, skinny big odd. And Kay, you can't be sitting with my sister. This is when you know this woman's so crazy. My sister is not in London. Yeah. My sister is around my other sister's house in a different area because they got a family situation going on. So 3 of my sisters are in the same house right now. So how can you be sitting with them today? Unless you're a porter. Ooh, I'm a port. Why you lie so much? I even spoke to my brother here. I showed my brother the recording. He said, who is this Jareel? Even he called you a Jareel. Because I said to him, look at this lady lying that my brother broke my nose here. And he said, who is this Jareel? Even he was like, sort her out, man. What kind of a lies? Because me and my brother here, like, you know, me and my brother, I love my brother. We don't get on like politically. But my brother was never going to be able to break my nose. No offense, man, because I'll break his nose if I had to. He can't break my nose. Are you crazy? So that's the thing. That's the thing. I know you said you're 6 foot. You're probably 7 foot. You're probably like a goblin. So why do you lie so much? You know what's so sad? If she lies about stuff I can prove is a lie. Oh, Raj, he doesn't have no Sikh friends. I can prove to you in 2 minutes. I can phone someone right now if I wanted to you and show you the Sikh friends that I have. The difference between me and you is this year. I don't base friendship according to religion. I base friendship according to people who I get on with. So if I've got 3 Sikh friends, 3 are maybe different religion, 3 are white, 3 are black, whatever. I don't judge friendship according to religion. So even for argument's sake, I did have no Sikh mates. And? Which is not true because I got Sikh friends. But even if I didn't, and? No one cares. Oh, Raj has no Sikh friends. And everyone's like, oh, really? What's the point? Oh, Raj, he doesn't wear a turban. Yes, what's the point? No one cares no more, Kay. You blew your load. Everyone finds you boring. The only reason they like talking to you is because you got a voice like you freaking more come out of some sewer. Yeah, and that's funny. I'm not going to lie. A woman speaking like the way you do is funny, man. I'm not going to lie. It's embarrassing. If you was my sister, oh, my God, the beastie. If you had a sister like you, man. Oh my God, the beastie. I wouldn't be able to show my face, man.
You get drunk. You're okay when you're sober. When you get drunk,
Hang on, are you back to this again? Are you masturbating? Raj, are you
Wait. There are other people on the panel. There are other people on the panel. Yeah, let other people on the panel share their opinion about me. Guys, have I been unreasonable in any way? Everybody else on the panel, right? Or even in the chat, right? Have I been unreasonable in any way? When I'm talking, I'm asking Raj some questions, right, about certain things that he said today.
Gavin, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I really appreciate your honesty, yeah. And you know what? You know what I'm going to do for you? I'm going to change. And what I'm going to do to you, yeah, I'm going to change because I'm going to actually block you from my channel. Get lost, bitch. Don't need you. If you find it boring, don't watch. No one's forcing you. I haven't got a gun to your head. All you do is turn the computer off, on, off, change. If it's boring, you just don't watch. You know how it works, isn't it? No one's actually, yeah, doing that. Okay, this is in. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? Why are you? Is this the real? Because this is getting stupid now. Why are you saying this? Why are you saying this? Why are you? If you and I'm going to say something to you right now. Yeah, if you show a picture like that, yeah, of a man, yeah, that's got cut up and everything, I'm going to ring that guy straight now. Right now. I got his number. I'll ring him right now. If I see you put it on there, I'll ring him straight. I'll play your voice and he will have to deal with you. Because don't think you're going to go around and put your pictures up of a Sikhs here with their head smashed open and stuff like that and cut up. Whatever happened between them is their thing. Yeah? I'm telling you straight now. I've got Dippa's number here in my phone. You want me to call him? Try doing it, Jareel. Try doing it. It's not going to end well for you. I can tell you that because Dippa is not someone you want to mess with. And if you start putting pictures up of a man, yeah, with his head cut open on Veli's channel, it's not going to end well for you. I'll just phone him. I'll say, look at this channel. This is what she's saying, what she's going to do, and what she's doing. Then he can talk to you because he knows people in Birmingham. He'll find you in 2 minutes. He'll find you in 2 minutes. It's hard for me to find you. We'll find you in 2 minutes. Do your thing. Do your thing. You think you can go down that route? Good luck to you. I feel sorry for you if you do. But this is a warning shot to you. If you put a picture up of Dipper being stabbed up on the head here, or him beaten up here, like I have my own issues with the guy. But if you do that, I'm telling you straight now, I'll phone the man right now. Right now, as soon as you put it up, the second you put it up, I'll tell him to go to that live stream to jump on there. Well, there's a difference between you saying that he exploits Sikh girls and stuff, and you putting pictures up of a man on a channel having his head busted open. Why? What is your reason for that? What is the reason for that? Why would you want to do that? What is the reason? Why do you want to bring out, a man being beaten up and putting his head busted up onto a channel like Veli's channel? What is the reason behind that? Now, let me play the rest of the thingy. If she wants to open up that shit show, that's up to her, man. But I'm telling you, don't go down that route. Don't go down that route. Because I'm telling you now, don't go down that route. There's one thing, going around, talking. There's another thing, putting up pictures of a man being beaten up. Because it will go left very quick. Look, okay. Just and look at this person that's actually supporting. So Raj has meant no worry, sister. So Open Heart, Open Eye says no worry, sister. I'll protect you, and then says it's only a kuffar. Okay, so you'll protect her, but she's a kuffar, but he's only a kuffar. Okay. No worries, Kay. I will protect you. He's only a kuffar, but she's a kuffar as well. The logic. You know, I might phone him anyway, man. Say this Jarelia is making mad threats, saying stupid stuff. Should I phone him? Because I've got his number. I can phone him right now. You're stupid, man. You're stupid to even say that.
Ralph, Ned, what do you call it? Whoever this guy is, Ohms, yeah? Have I been unreasonable? Soza?
Do you think that's a good question, Rod? Do you think hanging out with the EDL chavs have made you a bit chavvy yourself?
Yeah, maybe. I'm
Do you think
wearing
you should
I'm wearing Adidas shoes, you know.
Having a nice
Adidas
conversation,
shoes and
then you get triggered and you go straight to the gutter. Why is
Right,
that?
so, can I just ask you, are you have you had some drinks?
Pardon me?
Have you had some drinks tonight?
No, I'm fine. Why?
Okay, it sounded like you have had alcohol. That's all.
Dude? Again, all right. Whether I had or whether I hadn't, yeah. All right. Really and truly, yeah. Just misses the point. Have I been unreasonable today?
No.
Yeah, you have.
Right. Even Ned said no, right? You saying yes, obviously.
No, that wasn't me. That was Ralph. That was Ralph.
All right, Ralph said no. Ned, what do you think? Ned, have I been unreasonable?
I got to say, I think you have been unreasonable. I have to take Roger.
Why do you think I've been unreasonable today?
Why?
Because there's been these personal attacks being exchanged.
But who started
the thing is, yeah, he's blatantly he made a statement, right, a few minutes ago, talking about certain movements and this and that, right? And I basically wanted to challenge that, right? What's wrong with that? Why is that unreasonable, right? We're on an open platform. It's a debating platform, right? And I'm basically debating about what is right and what is wrong in terms of what other people think.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We're on a
Right,
panel to go back and forth. Don't get in your feelings, Joe.
All right, so can I
opinion.
All right, so can I explain the problem? Yeah, I know this guy better than because we communicate by email. God. Now the problem is what he says in the email.
That's why you're doing
Let me finish.
Remember the CG teaching right now. Remember the Guru Granth Sahib right now. Remember what the Guru taught you right now. Right now, Raj, remember what the Guru taught you.
Let me finish my sentence.
Right
what he
now,
says to me in private
now
about me is very different from
Raj,
what he does on the panel. And I will say that I don't like fake people.
Are you practicing
straight with me all the time?
You're doing the same thing again, Raj. You're doing exactly the same thing, mate.
Let me finish.
You're doing the same thing. We already discussed this, haven't we? Haven't we already discussed this? We've already discussed, yeah, that we were. Hold on a second.
Let me finish. I was done with you.
What we discussed was this year. I said I'm not gonna bring up here, dude. If you want me to do it, I'll call up SAS as well for what you've said about my cousin being groomed. I'll let them talk to you because I will actually. You know what I'm gonna do here? Forget about Dipper. Yeah, I'll use that as the last resort. if she puts a picture up. Then if you put the picture up, I'll call him. I'm telling you straight now, because I don't care whether I get on with the guy or not. I will straight away. If you put a picture up of the man, him being beaten up, you're trying to do the guy's beastie on a panel here, it's got nothing to do with him, then I will 100% phone him. But I am going to call the SAS. I've spoken to one of the guys that I know from SAS, and I'm going to get in contact with Mohan Singh, because I need to find out who this girl is, because she condemns Mohan Singh. She calls him a racist and stuff. She calls out SAS. She calls out CQ4UK. She's also cussed out my cousin who's been groomed. She said my uncle groomed her and all that kind of stuff. So we need to find out who this Jareel is, yeah. And I need the Sikh community to deal with her, because her hatred for Ugandan Sikhs, the Khans, yeah, her hatred for SAS and the CQ4UK and other stuff like that is next level. I've never met a Jareel like this, yeah. I don't know who's worse. Is Kay worse or is Halima worse? It's hard to tell, because both of them are vile little Jareels here on a next level. I don't know which one's worse. It's hard for me to say, because both of them are terrible. Really nasty, nasty individuals who have no morals, have no limits to who they attack. They'll go for old women, children, families, no matter what. It doesn't matter to them. As long as they have to attack their target, they'll lie, they'll do whatever they need to get to them.
Is that, like on Jedi, they embarrassed you, they've done your beastie.
Oh, really? I didn't feel that.
Then you finish, then you start crying and you run off, then you come back the next day and apologize. The other day you...
But Raj, why you didn't cry and run off?
The other day,
I didn't come in to listen to gossip like a little bitch about
everyone offered you
want to gossip about bitch about
the next day you wouldn't do
it. I apologize because I recognize my wrongs, whereas you don't.
What you do is that you keep on drinking, jumping
Why are you
online,
acting like this?
shit,
Is this what the guru
and then
taught
when
you about right now?
Yeah, no, dude. This is what low-level scum do. This is what...
Do you know this guy's so dumb, yeah? He doesn't even think, yeah. Listen here, something, you little degenerate. Why are you bringing my name into your filth, Jareel? You and Kay need to get married. You and Kay need to get married. Both of you two have the first ever Sikh Muslim lesbian wedding. Yes. You and Kay, you're both disgusting individuals, yeah. I've read, I mean, I hate Fazia, don't get me wrong, but the stuff she said about Faz's kids, about his parents dying, about this and all, she's disgusting, next level. Same with Killer K. They need to have the first ever Sikh Muslim lesbian wedding, yeah. Vyah kar de, yeah. Which one is you going to be the man? Which one's you going to be the woman? I don't care, yeah. Fight it out. Both of you can't cook. Both of you can't make roti. Both of you can't make dal. Both of you can't wash the dishes. You can't do nothing apart from going online screaming. Both of you are in your 40s as well, and you're freaking acting like freaking degenerates. You got families and stuff. Disgusting individual. Disgusting individual. Yeah.
People down, man. This is low level.
Oh God, forgot. Oh, it is.
People here, man. We're talking about Ralph.
Calling me a bully. You start calling me a bully.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you can be. Because look what you're doing right now. Oh, I'm gonna tell you what people should know. I'm gonna put you down. I'm gonna make people know that you're such a fake guy, that you're this, you're that. You can't take it, mate. You can't take it. All right. No, what I've said to you in the past, mate, was what you wanted to hear. You're just fucking dumb. You're just fucking stupid, aren't you? You don't realize.
Is this what the guru taught you about right now?
Yeah, you don't realize. You know about you. We've already discussed. Yeah, that we were. Hold on a second.
And we finished. I was the thing with you, yeah, is that, like on Jedi, they embarrassed you, they've done your beastie.
Oh, really? I didn't feel that.
Then you finish, then you start crying and you run off, then you come back the next day and apologize. The other day you...
But Raj, why you didn't cry and run off?
I didn't come in to listen to gossip like a little bitch. I didn't come in to listen to gossip like a little bitch about you want to gossip about bitch about the next day you wouldn't do it.
I apologize because I recognize my wrongs, whereas you don't.
What you do, yeah, is that you keep on drinking, jumping
Why are you
online,
acting like
talking
this?
shit,
Is this what the guru
and then
taught
when
you about
I
right now?
Yeah, no, dude. It's just what low-level scum do. This is what people down, man. This is low-level people here, man. We're talking about Ralph.
calling me a bully. You start calling me a bully.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you can be. Because look what you're doing right now. Oh, I'm gonna tell you what people should know. I'm gonna put you down. I'm gonna make people know that you're
Because what
such
you
a
say to
fake
me in
guy,
private is
that
not
you're
what you
this,
say
you're
in
that.
private.
You can't take
What you
it,
say
mate.
in
You can't
private
take
is
it.
not what you
All right.
say
No,
in
what I've
public.
said to you in the past, mate, was
What
what
you
you
say
wanted
to
to hear.
What I said to you in the past is what you wanted to hear. So everything you said to me, I can't take seriously now. Can't take seriously now. Can't take seriously now. I can't take seriously what you're saying because you said you told me what you wanted me to hear. That is fake. When you're talking about low-level scum, that's scummy behavior because you're telling me lies in order to manipulate me. So who's the scum, me or you? Because everything I said to you privately, online, yeah, I meant it.
You're just fucking dumb. You're just fucking stupid, aren't you? You don't realize. You don't realize, innit? You don't realize that you got played. You got played, you fucking idiot. You don't realize that, do you? Yeah, you don't. All right. What do you mean, bro? But bro, again, you're just fucking too thick to figure it out. You're too fucking thick to figure it out. I don't need to tell you. All right, because I already made a fucking agreement with you, yeah? And I want to know what kind of a person you are. And I'm only going to know what kind of a person you are if you're willing to break an agreement. Right, so whether you're honest or whether you're dishonest, that's what I want to know about you. All right, and I'm sure, I'm telling you now, mate, yeah? You're vile, all right? You're vile. So tell people. Tell people what you want to say about me because I know exactly what kind of person you are. You are, right, the lowest of the low. Yeah, that's what you are. And that means, yeah, that you can't be trusted. Okay, no, because, yeah, mate, because, yeah, I've already talked to you about this, right? I've already told you. I have already told you, and you've already said to me, mate, yeah, all right, that what we talk about, yeah, what we talk about, yeah, behind the platform, yeah, right, that's different.
Are you playing me? Yes or no? You said you played me.
I'm not playing you, bro. All right, again, you can't. You're supposed to be the chess master, right? Figure it out. You're supposed to be the chess master. All right, figure it out. Can you keep your word? Can you keep your word? Yes or no? Can you keep your word? Can you keep your word? Answer my question first. Answer my question first. Can you keep your word? Answer my question. Can you keep your word?
Trilla, do you know when you're asking a question, yeah, unless it's rhetorical, you can't actually, you know, keep it saying, ask my question first, and you don't let someone to ask. You know, when you're having a conversation, you need to preface it if it's a rhetorical question. Google what rhetorical is.
Word, yes or no? Can you keep your word? Yes or no?
Oh, I need to answer, don't I? So,
can you keep your word? Yes or no? Are you a man of your word? Are you an honourable man? Are you a man of your word? Because if you're not a man of your word, you're nothing at all, mate. You understand?
You've asked him a question, let him finish it.
Yeah, so I am a man of my word if people are not playing me. If you say you've played me, then I'm not a man of my word.
Yeah, true.
Because if you played me, like you just said, and the only reason we communicate was to play me, then all agreements I had with you are off. You need to clarify, what do you mean by playing me? Because I was coming with an open heart.
You've asked the
question, let him finish.
You played now, so what's then?
Trilla, what's your answer?
My answer is no. My answer is no.
How's he being played? How's he being played? I think that's his question.
By the EDL and Tommy. Is what
he said, I played you. I've got the recording.
Oh, sorry.
Look, when it comes to me, yeah, all right, look, the fact is, yeah, look, the thing is, yeah, I'll be blatantly clear and up front, right? So me and Raj, we've had conversations in the past. Know what I mean, right?
Not just conversations. Let me explain. We've had hours of conversations on the phone, loads of texts, and a lot of stuff has been said in private, which I'm not going to disclose. I just want to ignore the guy after this, to be honest with you. If I see him on a panel, I do want to clarify his stance on SAS, Mohan Singh, CQ, and Dipper Singh. I need to get his stance on that publicly, because then I know where I work. Because I don't know whether what he said to me in private was a lie, because he said he was playing me, but he supported SAS and Mohan Singh fully, and he heard the speech as well. Because he can't lie, he never heard the speech, because he told me he heard the speech and he agreed with it. So I need to know 100%. Yeah, that's one thing I will ask.
You know, and honestly, I've what do you call it? Been quite. I found Raj to be quite helpful. Not me, obviously, not knowing much about you know, the platforms and everything else, and talking to different people and everything.
And let me tell you something, Kay. Do you know when he said he was gonna beat you? You remember when Trilla said he was gonna smack you if he met you. Remember when he said that to you? Remember when he said he's going to smack you? Let's play that video. Do you know what? I was the one that phoned him and told him, you got to go online and apologize. Me. I phoned him and I forced him. I said, dude, you've got to go online and apologize. He said, no, I don't want to do it. I said, go online and apologize. Because if you don't apologize for this, what's going to happen? You're going to look like a cunt that is threatening women. And you can see how he repays me. Yeah, he jumped online, said a sorry, and everyone's like, well done, Triller. Let me say something. I told you to do it. I told you to one of my worst enemies. I said, look, you can't be threatening this woman, yeah, because he said he was going to slap her if he ever saw her. And so that's the thing. I told him, I phoned him up. I said, dude, get back online, say sorry, and apologize, because if that recording comes here and there's no apology afterwards, you're going to get into a lot of shit for a long time. Yeah. So that's the thing. Yeah. So you can see how much of a, I was manipulating him. Yeah. I was the one he thinks he was being manipulating me. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. At least when I was trying to get you to do stuff, I was trying to make you be a better, to do stuff like that, not lie to you, like you're saying you lied to me, basically.
Else, and I didn't mind his advice and everybody else's as well, who's happy to give me advice about certain people and being on platforms and this and that, how I should carry myself, and my mannerism and everything else, right? So I appreciate good advice, wherever it comes from, right? So the thing is, right, I've always said to certain people, look, yeah, let's whatever we talk about behind the scenes, yeah, let's keep that behind the scenes, and whatever we talk about on the platforms is on the platforms, right? I'm not going to talk about anything that you talk about, right? Whether it be Raj or anybody else, right, that I've spoken to behind the scenes, right? Which call it online, right? On the platforms. I'm only going to talk about things that they've disclosed on the platforms, right? That's it, online, or that they haven't already done recently in the past, right? So that's it. That was my whole thing.
But
so
how can you go from that to say you're having pleasant conversations to call him the lowest of the low and vile? How do you go from that?
If you're not a man of your word, meaning if you're willing to break that agreement, that to me comes across like that. That's why.
So can I just say my bit here? Okay, so I'm not gonna. You can disclose as much as you want, but if I'm having an honest conversation with someone, and that person says afterwards they played me, then that conversation was never honest. And any rules of engagement I had during those conversations, because it was being played and not in an honest conversation.
Mate, you're threatening to disclose information that we've talked about behind the scenes. That's what you're threatening to disclose.
Because you played me. You said you played me. You admitted you played me. That you were saying stuff to me that I wanted to hear. So that wasn't an honest conversation. Any agreement you have with a man. So the agreement was this, yeah. Me and him were speaking behind the scenes, on the phone and texting, yeah, for the last 2 months. So what I said to him was we said, okay, we're not going to tell anyone that we're talking on the phone, yeah, and it'll look like we don't really know each other, but we got to know each other quite well on the phone, yeah. Lots of things were said. I'm talking about hours and hours of hours and hours of speaking and stuff, yeah, that we was talking and stuff about lots of personal stuff, lots of stuff about, why I got to where I was, and I was talking to him. It's some really good conversations. I said everything I said was from an honest perspective. I wasn't trying to manipulate him. I wasn't trying to be dishonest with the guy. But obviously he's saying that he was manipulating me and that he was just telling me things I wanted to hear. And he was saying a lot of complimentary stuff to me, like, Raj, you're this, you're that. And I was like, fair enough. I said, on public, don't be so, thingy. Just be careful, yeah? Don't look like you agree with me too much. And so obviously we had the conversation. I was also the person that told him to apologize about the K thing. On top of this, like when we had the agreement, because we fell out, I said, look, I'm not going to disclose the information, yeah, but we have to have an agreement that don't talk about certain things that are going to get problematic. Yeah, we said that. And I said, I even spoke to you. I said, look, when we're talking and you're going to say something that I think I'll speak to you in Punjabi to stop you from saying it. But he doesn't listen. So I knew soon as he started talking about my support for Tommy Robinson, that was something that is going to go tits up, yeah. And it's going to get to a point where in order to prove that I'm not the only person that supports Tommy Robinson, I have to then disclose information about other Sikhs that support them. And on top of that, I've got to show the hypocrisy of him telling me that he supports SAS and Mohan Singh fully, including the speech that I played. So In order for me to do that, I have to then say, okay, the private phone call. And I said emails because I was like, all right, let's not talk about the phone calls because we did email as well. I said, all right, let me just say about the email. So I never disclosed about the phone calls until he said now that he played me and that he was basically telling me what I wanted to hear. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. At least I know where I stand now. At least I know where I stand because I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt as much as I could. But everybody was telling me this guy is a proper fool, man. Like just ignore the guy. And I will. My thing is, yeah, unless he wants to start going next level madness, like going on Brian Hill's talking about me, going on this channel talking about me, my next stage will just be to release the text. Because if I start releasing text here, it's going to get stupid. Yeah, but I don't want to go down that road. But if I have to, I will to prove a point. Because do you even remember what you texted me? Do you remember? Now, obviously, the phone calls, yeah, I don't record phone calls. So, you know, as much as you might think I did, I never recorded no phone calls. So there's nothing. It's only my word against your word. But the difference between me and you is that I remember everything I said because I was sober. A couple of times you phoned me when you was pissed. Remember? Remember when you was jolly and you was mouthing off at me 3 a.m? Freaking little prick. Talking so much shit to me. And then people, I don't understand the dynamic because they only see what we talk online. But he's phoned me times drunk, acting like a fool, talking the most amount of garbage to me on drunk. Oh, you're like this, you're like that, rah, 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 rah. Indirect threats, and all this kind of. Do you know what he does with on the channels? He's done that to me privately. This is why the kind of like the kind of what you call the relationship seems very strained. And people don't understand why I've got a problem with him because this guy has talked the most amount of garbage to me when he's drunk on my phone. Yeah. And I'm like, dude, don't freaking phone me when you're drunk. That was the other agreement. So I don't want to speak to you when you're drunk because he talks shit. Yeah. And all these true colors start coming out. Now, like I said, with me, I'm done with the dude. What I'm going to do is if I see him, yeah, on a panel, I'm just going to try and ignore him. But I will ask him if he asks me about the Mohan thing. I might actually ask him in it because I need to find out what is his stance on this now. Because if he's condemning me, he's going to have to condemn Mohan Singh and the SAS. There's no way he can't because if you're being consistent, we both said the same thing. We both said the same thing. Amy Lewis, I'm not like you, dude. I'm not like you. I don't go around recording phone calls here. Maybe you do that. I don't do that. That's not my style, man. What is the point? What am I going to do with them? Yeah, it's against what it's called, kind of like, in my opinion. If you record every single phone call that you're on a phone call, then you should not trust that person. Don't trust. I would not trust somebody if they were recording me all the time. Yeah, if they were recording me, I wouldn't trust that, man. You crazy? You can't have a phone call then, because everything that you've said is being recorded. If you're going around recording everything, yeah. The only time I've ever recorded stuff is people are threatening me. Like I've had people threaten me like that, Jareer. Like, I need to find that recording, but Kay phoned me once 3 a.m, threatening me. Yeah, 3 a.m. I'm not even joking. That's a true story. She phoned me a year and a half. I didn't know it was Kay. 3 a.m, swearing at me. I didn't know who it was. First of all, I thought, yeah, it was a boat or something, you know, like a ghost in the thingy. Now, obviously, Kay was in the back chat, stomping at the bit. Yeah, trying to get on, yeah, because she wanted to talk about her favorite subject. Yeah? You know, when you go mastermind and, you know, they ask you, what is your specialist subject? And Kay sits down and they go, what is your, the previous people go, they'll ask them, what is your specialist subject? My specialist subject is the economy of China. Next person goes, my specialist subject is the communist revolution in Russia. And the next person goes, my specialist subject is Genghis Khan. I will answer it. Then Kay sits down, that cheerful Terrell, drunken Terrell, with a deaf ear. What is your specialist subject? My specialist subject is Raj. So the thing is, yeah, you're embarrassing yourself now. In the beginning, it was a little bit funny, yeah. Now it's embarrassing. Even I'm laughing at you. Like in the beginning, I used to get triggered a bit, yeah. Now it's getting so stupid because the problem is this, Kay. when you start to talk about things that are so irrelevant, like Raj, you know, in 1997, Raj, he went on the bus, and you know what? He spent 90p and it was 70p. And Raj, you know, Raj, he went to the Gurdwara once, and when he went there, he only gave 30p when he took the mata. Like, it gets to a point here where people are like, dude, you're getting stupid now. What does it matter if Raj, has no Sikh friends? I have got Sikh friends, but let's just say for argument's sake, I had no Sikh friends. And what does that matter? I've got very few friends anyway. I can name the friends on my hand. Yeah. And 2 of them are Sikhs. 2 of them are Sikhs. 100%. Yeah. She's just embarrassing herself. Now I find it kind of funny. Yeah. I want to counsel her. Aja, Kay, Jareel, Aja. Come on, let's talk. Let's have a little conversation now. Come on. Let me tell you something here. Look, I know you wanted a bit of the Raj. I understand. Yeah. Looking at me now as a 45-year-old, actually, you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I am really 46. I've turned 46 recently, but I don't want people to know my age. So, don't say happy birthday. So I don't want people to know my date of birth. So the thing is, she comes on, and then obviously, you know, she just wants counseling. We need to help her. We need to help her. We need to get her to understand, why is Kay so in love with the Raj? Now, obviously, just to show you something, just to prove a point, have a look. Okay, I'll marry you. I'll marry you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me up and down.
Now, obviously, I'm sorry, guys, but we have to listen to this beautiful song that was sang to me. Have a listen, guys.
You ready?
Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Where's
Run
Shan
me,
gone?
why are you lying? Why are you spying? Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Where's
Run
Shan
me,
gone?
why are you lying? Why are you spying?
Where's
Run
Shan
me,
gone?
why are you lying? Why are you spying? Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
You ready?
Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Where's
Run
Shan
me,
gone?
why are you lying? Why are you spying? Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Kate, I want to give you a little treat, We're going to do a serenade where I serenade you.
Where's Shan gone?
Why are you lying?
I don't want you.
Why are you
No,
spying?
don't lick me. No,
Where's Shan gone?
Why are you lying? Why are you spying? Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Stop.
Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
You ready?
Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Where's
Run
Shan
me,
gone?
why are you lying? Why are you spying? Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Where's
Run
Shan
me,
gone?
why are you lying? Why are you spying? Run
Where's Shan
me,
gone?
why are you lying? Why are you spying? Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
You ready?
Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Where's
Run
Shan
me,
gone?
why are you lying? Why are you spying? Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Where's
Run me,
Shangon?
why are you lying? Why are you spying?
Where's
Run me,
Shangon?
why are you lying? Why are you spying? Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop.
Sorry, guys. I know. Look at this, man. Dude, Iris Sid, Iris Sid, yeah? I promise you, I will sue this lady for defamation of character for what she said about Chote Sahibzadeh committing suicide. I will sue her for that because she's actually hurt my career in terms of saying that I actually show bloodshed and murder and stuff when we're talking about C. Cartwright. Like, I'm going to do a show about Guru Tegh Bahadur, hopefully on the weekend. I'm hoping to do Saturday or Sunday. And so we need to expose her vile views about Guru Tegh Bahadur. Look, she would say Guru Tegh Bahadur must have committed suicide by her logic. Because I've done drawings of Guru Tegh Bahadur. Yeah, I've done drawings. And so you're actually hurting my art career. You've actually slandered my character, defamation of character, and loss of earnings. Yeah, I will take her to court. Now, who's this? Just to trigger you guys, who's this? Yeah, I'm telling you something now. I'm not even joking. I will sue her. I'm telling you straight, 100%. 100%. As soon as I find out exactly who she is, I will sue her. And you can get certain other individuals, your little mates, to do your cost, whatever. But I will be suing that Jaleel, no doubt about it. Look who else I've met as well. What's his name? Let's see if we can name. Yeah, look who's here. The MP. I've met him loads of times. Here's another one. Do you know what, yeah? I can't wait to speak to Books, yeah, to tell Books, yeah, that, you know, Kay has been conspiring to get me attacked at Speaker's Corner. Do you know how I know? Because she said on Brian Hill's channel that she, yeah, knows about a plot to attack me. Kay does. And she's been organizing it with Ghost and all of these people by emailing. Ghost also said they're going to get my turban knocked off. I got the proof. So Kay is conspiring to not only get me attacked, yeah, by Arabs, she said, but to also conspire with Ghost to get my bug knocked off, my turban knocked off. Seriously, I'm not even joking. I've got all the proof. Don't worry, when Books sees this, you're going to be in, you're going to have got some answers. Who's this? Who's that? Isn't that Bali Jagpat? What's his name again? I forgot his name. He's a famous singer from before. I've even got one with Kayus Bumrah as well. I've met all of these dudes, man. So that's the thing about this lady here. She then jumped on you. So obviously she wanted a bit of the Raj. She's obsessed with me. Everywhere she goes, Raj. But then she tells everybody, I'm not. You know what's so funny here? She goes, oh, I'm not obsessed with Raj, but the only reason I jump on panels is to talk about Raj. I'm not obsessed with Raj, but the only reason I jump on the panel is to talk about Raj. Like a kutti. She's barking like a kutti and bonking like a kutti. It's unbelievable how obsessed she is with me. Imagine being so obsessed with someone. Now have a look here. So she jumped on Vellies. Guess what she spoke about on Brian Hills? Guess who she spoke about on Brian Hills? Oh my God. Yeah, but just admit, look here, Kay. I like you being on channels, but you have to admit you're in love with me. There's nothing wrong with free speech, but when you're saying to everybody you're not obsessed with me, but all you talk about me, then you're looking silly now. You need to just admit to everybody you're obsessed with the Raj. You got my pictures on your wall. You sit down every night. You pray to me. You literally talk about me to everybody every time you go somewhere. Do you know what? Yeah, I saw Raj today. Do you know what he was doing? I'm telling you now. He had a Toby pencil. He calls himself an artist. A Toby. Yeah, no artist used Toby. It's some random people, a person at the bus stop. Yeah. So you just need to admit you're obsessed with me. Then I'll be fine. You got to admit it, because the problem is you're looking mental. Every time you jump on and you're talking about one subject non-stop, it's like you're autistic. Yeah. You're like you're autistic. I actually think you might be autistic yourself, because this is the thing. So she doesn't mind people dissing the Gurus. All right, so but she's collaborating with Ghost Speakers Corner, who what? Done a video with what? The Guru as a groomer. Let me show you that video, because she's now collaborating. Because you know when I go to books here and get all the evidence about who you're collaborating with to get me attacked, obviously he's not going to be happy with you, because he knows about this guy already. Yeah, because he had a conversation with him. So he's not going to be happy because he knows about this video, because I showed him the video. And now you're emailing the same dude that disrespected Guru Gobind Singh Ji to get at me. That shows me that your love for your Sikhi, your hate for me is more than your love for Sikhi. One thing I will say about Badmash, when it comes to Sikhi, he won't side with the enemies of mine, just to get at me if they've disrespected Sikhi. This is one thing I've got to give him credit for. He won't do that. Whereas with you, because of your love for me and the fact that I rejected you, you will even go and side with someone like Ghost Speakers Corner, who calls the Guru Guruminator, and done a video literally putting Guru Gobind Singh Ji's face on. Let me find that video, because I've actually got it. I'm not sure if I can show it, because it will give me... Actually, don't show it. I've got the video somewhere. But it's got a 30-40 minute video of Guru Gobind Singh Ji with the face of the groomer and then calling him Guruminator. So this woman has no honor. Like I said to you, love will do something to you, which is make you mental. Now, I don't love you, I don't want you. I don't want anything to do with you. Just do what you got to do. Find a husband and a husband or a wife, whatever you want to do. That's the thing, what you need to do. Instead of worrying about me. Big out to Holy Spirit. Big out to Holy Spirit. Do you know what they're trying to do, Holy Spirit? Kay and other people are organizing to attack me at Speaker's Corner. I've got the recording, but I can't play it. But I'll make sure I play it to the police at this park to say that, I am being, there's an orchestrated attack on me. Obviously, they're going to have to give me protection. Officer! Yes, I will go to the police. When I hear someone saying, we're going to attack Raj at the park on Brian Hills, and everyone's telling you, don't say it openly, there's a problem in it. What am I freaking looking for? I'm looking for something. Here it is. Hold on a second. Yeah, I mean, you can't start freaking more saying that you're going to attack me on live streams. You have to be smarter than that, Jim. You've got to be smarter than that. Yeah, so what she wants to do, she's going to get someone. So Ghost Speakers Corner is organizing with Kay to get my turban knocked off. I've got the proof. Then what she's doing, she's conspiring with other Arabs. She called them Arabs. I don't know if they're Arabs. To get them to attack me in the park. I've got it 100%, the recording. I've got the recording. I can't play it because it's on Brian. Go to Brian Hill's channel. She said it openly. And even they said, you're a stupid woman. Job cut up, yeah? But she can't shut her mouth because she's so dumb. She just incriminates herself because she thinks she's going to be anonymous forever. At some point, you're going to be found. It's not an if and a but. The more threats you make, the more you're going to get me into a situation where I have to start calling people like Dippa and them lot because you're making threats about showing videos of him. I'm 100% sure he'll find you in 2 minutes. He'll find you in 2 minutes. I'm pretty sure he already knows who you are because you're very anti-CQFUK. So you've done lots of videos. He must know who you are already. But if you're going to start putting up pictures of a man getting beaten up, and laughing about it on Vellies, when Vellies got nothing to do with it, I'm going to get him involved. So have a look here. What I'm going to do over the weekend, I'm going to be doing a show on Guru Tegh Bahadur. I couldn't do it this week. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, don't start crying, people, but I got some good news here about my artwork, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to say anything because I don't want people to know, because if they know, they'll try and ruin it, let's just say. But let me just say something to you. My art this year, let's just say, is going places. So my drawing up there was finished ages ago. I'm playing Cheshire, playing Connect 4. My drawing here, which is the new drawings I'm doing, which is obviously about the gun crime in America, it's not done. I've drawn it all in. I need to now detail it. As you can see, it's very complicated. I've got other drawings coming on as well. I've got 4 drawings at the same time. I'm going in a totally new direction, obviously. So what I'm doing is this year, the art is on full artist mode. And you know what? My haters are going to start crying. They're going to start crying when they find out, yeah. I can't say now because it's going to take time, but when they find out what I got in store for the Raj's art, they're going to start crying and bitching like babies, man. It's going to be embarrassing. I feel embarrassed for them because, you know, with art, yeah, it's something that, you know, people don't understand. You can't do art for money. If you're doing art for money, you're never going to be satisfied. You've got to do art because you need to create. The money comes if you're persistent, if you know that you're good enough. And you have to keep on pushing and pushing and pushing and getting better and better and better and creating bigger, better pieces. And right now, like I said, man, the Raj is, this year is my year. Obviously, I couldn't exhibit because of the coronavirus. But this one finished ages ago. But yeah, the problem is I haven't been able to scan it because of the freaking thingy. But you can see when you're playing chess and your opponent's playing Connect 4, you know, your pieces are obviously going to be important. What's on there? The arts, humor, the police. Look at that little sheep. The other side, I have sheeps here, low IQ sheeps. Yeah. The police is a pawn. Red pill. Your what is it called? Social media, the law, speaker's corner. Free thinking, morals. Yeah. So you can see, look at the actual pieces of the Connect 4. Threats of violence. They only know threats. They don't know nothing else apart from threats. And this is what they look like. Dad! I can't defeat the Dad! I can't defeat the Dad! Help me! Help me! Help! Can't defeat the Dad! Can't defeat the Dad! You know what? You can't defeat me because all your pieces are Connect 4 pieces, and every single one is what? Threats, whinging, crazy, fuming, rage, threats. And you can't defeat me with that because the only way you can defeat me is to kill me. Are you willing to kill me? Here, there's a kill piece. Are you willing to use that against me? Are you? Are you willing to put that piece into the Connect 4 piece? If you're not, then you need to shut your mouth. If you're not willing to kill me, yeah, and you haven't got the guts to do it, or you don't want to do it, you need to shut your mouth because there's no way to stop me apart from putting a bullet in my head. And I'm telling you straight now. So here, look, murder and kill are the last pieces. Are you willing to do that? Because we're up to this stage now. We're up to that stage. Yeah, we're here. All of that's been done. All of that's been done. Yeah, we're here. Now we're up to the next stage of violence. Now, how far are you going to go? How far are you going to go to, you know, stop the Raj? And I'm telling you straight now, you're not dealing with a normal person, man. Yeah, you're not dealing with somebody that's afraid to die. You're going to have to kill me, man. I'm telling you straight now. So this is the problem with you guys. Until you get onto that chessboard, there's nothing you can do. So yeah, this year is going to be... Yeah, I don't. The problem with the coronavirus, things are a little bit up in the air at the moment. But I've got some good news that I can't really announce. But let me say something. The crying, yeah, from my haters is gonna be, they're gonna be Raj. Not only are you a pain in the ass, you're also an amazing artist. I'm an artiste. Now, my biggest problem, to be honest with you, I hate other artists. Yeah, and I know that sounds a bit bad, yeah. I'm talking about pretentious artists because I don't like the art world because they're so up their own arse and it's hard for me to play that game. So I'm gonna have to kind of like figure out a way to pretend to like someone's artwork. Because one time I went to an actual exhibition and I was exhibiting and somebody had like a painting with like splashes on it. And I was like, what is it? Oh, it's a what? It's about your life experiences when you was a kid. Oh, all right. That red line there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, okay. And I can't feign my distaste. I get angry when I see stuff like that. I think it's so pretentious and up their own asses. Like, if you're putting a splash of paint on a wall or a canvas, and I'm spending hundreds of hours creating a piece of artwork, it does get frustrating when you see that because there's no real effort. I mean, have a look at how many bullets are here. Just have a look. Look. They're not drawn in yet. They're just penciled in. I need to finish them up. Look. Look. There's only bullets, and each bullet's going to have a name on it. Do you know what I find the funniest here? Let me tell you what I find the most funniest here about UK. Because you know, Kay, you're actually giving me a good laugh here when you talk about my artwork. Do you know what she goes like this? Oh, you know, Raj, yeah, he was going to do a George Floyd drawing. You know, Raj, he said he's going to do a George Floyd drawing. And I'm like, has anybody ever heard me say I'm going to do a George Floyd drawing? Tell me one time have I ever said I'm going to do a drawing on George Floyd. You know, Raj, he spends hours on a drawing. I don't know why it takes so long. He hasn't finished none of his drawings, but behind me, 95% of my artwork is finished. Yeah. Oh, Nick Shrimpton, good day. So, like I said, yeah, I'm going to be going down a different route here. All of my artwork is now null and void, apart from drawings like this. So the drawings, yeah, look at this. Hey, look, kids in ovens. Kids in ovens. So apart from drawings that have a meaning behind it, all of my drawings I've done before are basically irrelevant. Whatever. 95% of my previous artwork, I'm literally going to just put in a portfolio and start start thinking it afterwards here, start selling it. Because the thing is, they're useless. They don't have no meaning. This is an old drawing, but it's about depression. So I'm only going to be exhibiting artwork. I've only got 5 pieces now that I'm going to exhibit. This one, because it's about depression, about how, you know, somebody, and that's your psyche. When you're depressed, you're in the middle here thinking that everybody's having a great time, and the depression is the cloud. Yeah, and it's the light at the end of the tunnel, so the cloud dissipating. But in reality, people aren't always having a good time. They may look like they're having a good time, but everybody has depression. That's the thing, though. Yeah, these people that are laughing might be depressed as well. But the thing is, they can actually better cover their, let's just say, their sadness. So the person in the middle is like the psyche of anyone that's depressed. And this is a full sense of reality. Yeah. No one's truly happy. Yeah. No one's truly happy. So that one I'll be exhibiting. This one as well, obviously the Punjab farmers. Obviously I'm going to be doing more coloured artwork as well. Need to do more coloured artwork. I can't get, the problem I'm having at the moment, I can't scan my drawings because everywhere's closed. Yeah, the place I used to scan it at isn't even open. So these drawings are quite large and I can't scan them. This is why I haven't been able to put them online. So you can see this one I've got to neaten up though. So that's another drawing that I'm doing. And my other one, which I'm going to be exhibiting, is going to be my 1984 is here. My 3rd try. The other one got ruined, so you can see I've added Apple now. So you got Apple, Facebook, YouTube, Google and YouTube are the same, and Twitter. You look at a barcode on his hand. It's got 1984, 1984, 1984, and it's the one with the boot on the face. And you can see here. Yeah, you can see here. Guess who that is in the computer screen? Who is that in the computer screen? Let's see if anyone knows. Someone type in the chat. Who is that in the computer screen? Who's in the computer screen, if anyone knows? Big Brother from 1984, the movie. Yeah? From 1984, the movie. So I got a lot of big pieces to kind of finish off. I have to really knuckle down because the studios and stuff are actually opening up again. So I've got some big plans coming up. And so what's going to happen? The year of the Raj. And do you know what? Keep crying, bitches. because the more successful I get, the more they're gonna cry. Oh God, it's the year of the Raj. Yeah, the year of the Raj for the artwork. I had 1.5 years to just create the portfolio, get rid of all the artwork, because this artwork's like stuff like that in the back. Although it looks good, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's just a drawing. Yeah, this is the kind of artwork that's gonna make me. This kind of stuff. Yeah, thought-provoking artwork, stuff that makes you think, stuff that makes you kind of ponder about, you know, what the drawing's about and stuff like that. Anyway, I do want to show something, because I am going to be taking up Ari Sid's actual offer of suing this individual called Killer K, because the problem is, yeah, when she said this about the Chote Sahibs are there, yeah, and saying, because on Saturday I'm going to be doing a show about Guru Tegh Bahadur, so obviously people would know that on Guru Tegh Bahadur, the 400th Gurpurab, which was on Saturday, and yes, I did go Gurdwara. Yes, I did go Gurdwara. So when I was down there, and I've been watching a lot of Katha, which is like Sikh, you know, history and stuff like that. So I've been busy, and I had the customer's portrait I had to finish by, what's the date today? You have to post it tomorrow. So yeah, on Saturday or Sunday, I'm going to be doing a show about, what's it called? What is it? Yeah, about Guru Tegh Bahadur, and obviously a lot of triggering, because Guru Tegh Bahadur wasn't bloodshed, it wasn't murder, it wasn't suicide like Kay says. It was actually somebody that gave up his life for the Sikhs and the Hindus, which is something that, you know, no other religious figure has done, giving up their life for another religious group. So obviously we'll replay what the lies that Kay said about the Chote Sahibs, because I'm telling you something now, this particular thing here about what she's saying about the Sikh martyrs, not only is it disrespectful to the Sikh martyrs that Chote Sahibs are there and Guru Tegh Bahadur, she's somebody that's actually interfered with my career, because I've had people telling me that you draw bloodshed and all that kind of stuff, and you draw that. Now this is my career as well. So she's actually not only defamed the Chote Sahibs are there, she's defamed me, and she's actually assassinated my kind of like reputation as an artist within the Sikh community, saying that I am actually showing bloodshed and murder. And so I will be suing her for loss of earnings. Yeah, I'm telling you straight now. I've already got my what's it called? My case kind of like, you know, I've been told I got a good case for actually, because I played this to an actual solicitor, somebody that I know, and he said, yeah, you could get her done for, you know, defamation of character, because you're actually lying about somebody's their career. Like, this is part of my career where I'm drawing, and you're saying that I'm actually showing murder and bloodshed and suicide. Do these drawings look like murder and bloodshed and suicide? No. So I can prove it categorically that she's lying. So listen to it again. She's also lying that I'm banned from certain temples, and I can prove 100% I'm not banned from no temples. So it's an easy shut and close case of defamation of character. I can prove it in 2 seconds flat. So yes, you will be. Yeah, I don't know whether you're going to have a home to live in afterwards. I don't know, man.
Drawing there. Oh, don't be ridiculous. It's not like
I swear they have. Even Hayes Gurdwara banned him because of his
too extreme. Only from drawing children, as long as they're not indecent. He's not drawing indecent pictures. That's ridiculous.
Nah.
Oh, Akira, jump on Saturday. We're going to be talking about Guru Tegh Bahadur. So jump on Saturday as well. If you can jump on Saturday or Sunday, I just need to find out someone's coming around on Saturday or Sunday. I need to find out what day before I organise it.
At the end of the day, he's drawing like murder, bloodshed, pictures, violence to kids. Do you get me? He's drawing the Mughals. You get me? And the murder of.
So she's trying to say that us lot as Sikhs drawing the Mughals and their persecution of the Sikhs is something that, you know, is wrong to do. Now, have you ever heard of a Sikh ever saying that?
Like murder, bloodshed, pictures, violence to kids. Do you get me? He's drawing the Mughals. You get me? And the murder of kids, suicide and all that in the history. He's too extreme.
Only from drawing children, as long as they're not indecent. He's not drawing indecent pictures. That's ridiculous.
Nah, at the end of the day, he's drawing like murder, bloodshed pictures, violence to kids. Do you get me? He's drawing the Mughals. You get me? And the murder of kids, suicide and all that in the history. He's too extreme from kids.
So you can see she said showing the murder and suicide of kids. Now, the suicide she's talking about is Chote Sahibzade, who actually were martyred for their religious beliefs. And so for her to say that I'm showing suicide and murder, I will sue her for that, just alone on that. And I'll make sure the Sikh community know I sued her for that. So everyone knows that she's mocking the Chote Sahibzade. Also, obviously, she's loss of earnings because now people are saying that I'm drawing murder and all that kind of stuff. And it's my art career. You can't start spreading lies about me that I'm banned from temples, that I'm banned from this, that I'm drawing murder, I'm drawing suicide when I'm not. Yeah. Remember, you have to understand something. My career is an artist. That is my career. So when you're interfering with my career and I'm losing money from it, I can sue you for loss of earnings. You do understand that, don't you?
Do you get me? He's drawing the Mughals. You get me? And the murder of kids, suicide and all that in the history.
Now here's what I'm really doing when I'm there. Here's what I'm really doing. Look. This is what I'm really doing. Look. The family, and as we know, most of them didn't make past 1704 or 1705. So all of them died relatively young, apart from his mother, obviously died in older age, but she was in captivity. So we go to the next screen. Now this is one of my favourite drawings because I really wanted to capture the relationship with Guru Gobind Singh Ji and his children. And this was with him and Baba Ajit Singh. I've got two versions, one with the star and one without. I prefer the one without, even though some people prefer that one. So if you go to the next screen. Now, this is the drawing. Has everyone done that? So basically, now the top of the lip is going to be like two mountains. That's the best way I can describe it. So have a look. So, you know, she's actually hurt my career. I've had people sending me emails saying that, Rod, you show bloodshed and murder. That, you know, Killer K said that you're banned from the temple, so we're going to spread that rumor about. It's affected a lot of stuff about me and my career and stuff. So I have to, the only way I can kind of get my money back and stuff and get my reputation back is to sue her. How else can I prove the truth? How else can I do it? I'm sorry, guys. You know, if Iris said he's willing to pay for it. Oh, obviously, you know, Manny, you always come at the end and have to stay for 5 minutes more just for Manny. Yeah, it's a freaking disgrace. Now, I am going to address one thing here about online dunya. Halima, leave my name out of your mouth. Yeah, you have problems with Fudul Faz. Yeah, why are you bringing my name into it? What is your issue with Fudul Faz got to do with me? I'm not even involved. If you want me to get involved, yeah, and start looking into who Abdul is, you know Abdul. You want me to start looking at Abdul? Because, you know, Fudul Faz put his name out there. And you know what? When I started looking at Abdul from your area, we know your surname. We know a lot about you and where you are and your surname. When I started looking at the surname and you're thinking, a weird article turned up. A word article. RTOC, Flexi, we're going to try and do a show on Saturday or Sunday about Guru Tegh Bahadur. Try and jump on, man. So, you know, this situation, I don't know why they're involving me. Yeah, it's actually got nothing to do with me. Yeah, even though I hate Faz, I'm telling you something now. That Halima is next level Charail show. Next level, nasty, demonic woman, man. Like, her and Kay need to have a lesbian wedding. They need to get married, yeah. Because none of those two, yeah, deserve to have a husband. I can tell you straight now. Nasty people. Both of them have no honor. Both of them will go for the person's family. They will go for everybody to attack that person. They don't give a shit. They'll lie about, you know, everything in order to attack them. They have no honor, those two. I don't know which one is worse. I keep on I keep on thinking to myself, like, which one is actually worse? Is it Halima? And day to day it changes. Like at the moment, they're neck and neck here because both of them are disgusting vultures here. But Halima, like wishing death upon next people's parents and kids and that, yeah, you know, that is disgusting. But then again, this freaking nasty individual has lied about my brother, he's a baptized Sikh, that he said he beat me up, yeah, and all of this kind of stuff. So that's another thing, like, you know, which one? And she also said my uncle groomed my cousin. Yeah, and I'm telling you, SAS will speak to you about that one because they dealt with the case. You need to prove that because that's another defamation of character. You can't just go around saying that, you know, they grew my cousin. The worst thing about this Jareel, yeah, she's actually Mr. Singh, yeah. I know she's 100% Mr. Singh because she keeps on letting out secrets that she speaks to Bups. She even said your Bups' cousin. Only Mr. Singh speaks to Bups, and only Mr. Singh says they're the cousin of Bups. So you're not smart enough, Jareel. But let me just show you actually. Now let me tell you something about you, Halima, because I know you're going to listen here. I'm giving you a warning shot. I'm giving you a warning shot. Do not mention my name. If I hear my name mentioned in your bullshit with Faz again, I'm going to start showing the articles about Abdul. Yeah? You want me to start showing those articles about Abdul? I didn't know who Abdul was until Faz writ. I was like, who's Abdul? Who is Abdul? Well, let me just tell you something. It now makes sense why you're so upset about me highlighting grooming if this is true. It now makes sense why you get so fired up about the grooming epidemic, because if this is true, and I will go into it if you start mentioning my name in your bullshit, because every time you're feuding with Faz, my name is dragged into it. Raj this, Raj that. What has it got to do with me? What has it got to do with me? If you want me to be involved, I'll get involved. But you don't want me involved because I'll go freaking deep into this story about Abdul. Look at this. Go speak is going to go after anyone's family. All right, you've already done that for Dul. You've already done that. Your Muslim families are not more precious than my family. The point is this year, she's mentioning my name. She's going for people's family, saying that she's going to kill them. I know she's your Pakistani groomer cousin or whatever, yeah? And basically, you know, you want to protect your grooming relative or one of your groomers from your community. Obviously, there's a lot of you from the Pakistani community. Sorry, guys. What can you say, man? But the thing is, you can't expect here this woman to keep on attacking me, and I'm not going to say nothing. Now, you need to say to Faz, why did he put the name Abdullah? Why? You know what? Yeah, just because of you now, you can be blamed for this, Nibiru. Because you know why it's Nibiru's fault? He kept on mentioning my name. Raj is going to love this. Raj is going to love this. And I was like, what are you talking about? Why? What are you talking about? Yes, you did. Yes, you wanted to get information about my family to attack me from Killer K. Remember? Don't you remember? When you said to K, I want to know everything about his family so I can start going for him. Didn't you say that? So don't lie. Yeah, stop doing takia, man. You know, you could say Shias do takia. You're the biggest takia specialist. So the thing is, when you type in Abdul, yeah, now the thing is, yeah, they want to open this hornet's nest. I will go real deep into Abdul Banaras's history and what is going on. You want me to do that? And you can blame Fudul Faz because I didn't know who Abdul Banaras was. I didn't know who Abdul Banaras was until that freaking thingy just popped up. And I was like, who's Abdul? What are you talking about, Abdul? Why don't cover Muslim brothers' sins? And I was like, who the hell is Abdul? Who's this Abdul guy? So obviously, you know, you got somebody like Fudul Faz that is what? And doing what? Doing what? What will happen? They're going to what? They're going to start to thingy. Now, Ghost, if that's the real Ghost, I don't care, dude. Show your true colors, man. Show your true colors. Just show them because I love when you show your true colors because you're the biggest cunt and bitch out there, man. Can't be on the biggest bitch out there. You're the biggest bitch. You're from Hounslow. Yeah? And you're a bitch of the highest order from Leeds. No doubt about it. Yeah, live case and watch what happens. Okay, yeah, well, I can. It's in the papers. Is it all right? This guy's now saying I can't. I blame you for this. I blame you for this. I blame you for this because I wasn't going to do this until you start threatening me. What do you think happens when you threaten me? You know what's going to happen next now, and you can be blamed for this, you little bitch. Now he's forcing my hand here, and I wasn't even going to do this, yeah. But now this little prick here is threatening me that I can't do X, Y, Z. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Now, I don't know who this person is, but I'm going to read the article, yeah? And it is in the thingy. Then you can blame Nibiru for this. Yeah, I'm telling you straight now. You can blame Nibiru. Don't think, yeah, you can start doing X, Y shit, yeah, and threatening me. Now, who is this person? Who is this person? Man charged with rape in Oxford. Yeah. Remember, Halima's name is Halima Benares. She's from Oxford. Yeah. Now, well, you should have told. Don't think you can threaten me. Yeah. Don't think you can threaten me, and then I'm not going to do nothing. Don't mention my name. So what is this? This is from what? Oxford Mail. Yeah. What is it? A man has been charged with an attempted rape of a woman in Oxford, Abdul Benares. Yeah? Sexual assault. What is this? What is this? Now, I'll go through the whole article at a later stage here. No. She keeps on mentioning me on a stream, and now Naboo is threatening to go for my... What? You've already threatened it. So don't think you can start from... What do you have? I don't negotiate with terrorists. What I do is go full force. Don't think you can come onto my panel, start saying, right, you dare do this. It's an open case, yeah? If the open case, that was on there. Now, I'm not saying who it is because I don't know. All I know, the guy's name is Abdul Benares, yeah? Yeah, and he's from Oxford. That's all I know. Yeah, that's all I know. I don't know who he is, who he's related to, but his name's Abdul Benares, yeah? And obviously, Faz was talking about Abdul, yeah? And that's the thing, yeah? He was talking about Abdul. Now, if you want to protect, yeah, people that are... Oh, so you're protecting a rapist. Okay. Protecting a rapist. So if I talk about a guy that has attempted rape, they're upset. Okay. See, they never learn, do they? They never learn. Yeah, they think they can intimidate me and go, oh, Raj, if you do this, I just go the opposite. I wasn't even going to show nothing. I was just firing a warning shot because that football's there going, oh, Raj, if you do this, I do this to your family. All right, well, fair enough. You open that box, you can get blamed for it. And you need to ask Football Faz why he's giving out people's names. Why is he giving out people's names? Ask Football Faz why is he doing live streams with... Why don't you not told... So I didn't know who this guy was, but this live stream went up on April the 27th. So you, instead of moaning at me, yeah, instead of moaning at me, you need to start moaning at what? Two people. Football Faz for putting that name out there. And the second thing, the rapist or alleged rapist. And if he did it and the court finds it, you need to condemn him. Don't go after me because I didn't do nothing wrong. You just start jumping onto my panel telling me to dictate it to me what I can put on and what I can't. I'm just telling you, keep my name out of your mouth. This situation with Faz, yeah, and freaking Halima's got nothing to do with me. So why is my name constantly mentioned in their bullshit? I'm not even involved. And it's constantly Raj this, Raj that, Raj that, Raj this. I'm like, dude, it's nothing even to do with me. Nothing even to do with me. So I need to shoot now. Got exposing people that have raped someone is not really a bad thing, is it? If they're allegedly, if someone did, I don't think it's a bad thing. You need to find out the news, what's going on and stuff. Why not? You know, it's not like, you know, it's not like, you know, it's something that, you know, is a good thing. Oh, we need to cover it up. Let's cover it up. And that's why the grooming happened. Let's cover it up, everyone. Let's cover it up. Oh, no one should know about it. Let's cover it up. Yes, you did. You said, I got the recording. You want to play? I'll play it next time because I haven't got time. You said that what? I will expose your family if you do this. And you said to my sister, put my sister's name in it as well. As soon as you did that, I was like, screw it. Do it then. Because what I'm going to do, don't think you can threaten me. And I'm not going to freak. I'm just going to sit there. Oh, no, I'm not. All right, fair enough. You're to blame for this now. You're to blame, Nibiru, you little bitch. I need to shoot now. I'm talking for freaking 2 hours. Like I said, when it comes to certain individuals. I'm just going to try my best to ignore them as much as I possibly can, and try and just not really entertain them as much as I can. And that's the thing. Yeah, there's no reason for me to really speak to this guy unless I have to. I'm not saying I'm going to be rude to him. I'll treat him like I treat everybody else, like even like Esau. I try and be as polite as possible, like I'm with Ralph as well, because I actually don't like Ralph either, and other people like Afghan. I'll just be like, okay, I'll be polite, but if he starts pushing buttons about, oh, why did you support Tommy Robinson? And I'm like, all right, let's talk about Mohan Singh, let's talk about this, let's talk about that, and then I open up the whole freaking thing, because I'm not having somebody going around saying that I support Tommy Robinson, I'm a bad guy, but you don't condemn Mohan Singh or SAS, who also support Tommy Robinson. And you don't, I've never heard you need to openly condemn Dippa and CQFUK, all of them. I want you to do it publicly, like you did it to me publicly. Either you shook at them, or you was lying to me. Which one? All right, let me say a couple of hellos first, and I'll go. Yeah, Manny, what's she doing? Rashmad, I'm talking about it's not for all. What's she doing here? Communicate this, you know. Okay, this. If you believe in why you look at the real evidence, this woman, man. Let me tell you why I bring up the British Army stuff. Is because you have said on Raspek's panel that people that are in the police force, in the army, or work for the state are sellouts. Yeah, where your brothers are in the army. It's relevant. You can't call me a sellout and a coconut when your own brothers are, according to your own ideology, not me. I don't think there's sellouts for being in the UK army. You know, that's good to be in the army and the police. But by your own evidence, yeah, by your own evidence, by your own mindset, it is a sellout. So you're calling your own brother sellout. Oh, the Reanimator. Big up to Reanimator. I actually watched the movie The Reanimator the other day, yeah. And I'm telling you, that movie's freaking a good little movie, man. A cool little classic. Amy's here, obviously. I don't know what she's doing. Probably, I don't know what she gets up to be honest with you. I'm just giving up. See what says, do your thing and watch Jazz get exposed. Jazz is my sister who's disabled. So as soon as you ripped out, I was like, screw it. You think you're gonna write, do your thing and watch my sister get exposed who's ill, and I'm just gonna sit there going, no, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And I'm telling you, you'll be the first person on the list if anything does happen or anything is sent. You. Raj is going to get his family, Jazz is going to get fully exposed. So he's saying that he never threatened me, but he was threatening me and my family, whatever. If I go after him, but you was threatening my sister in order to stop me. Okay, all right. And you think I'm just going to think it? Yeah, okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Sia, what can you do? Bun the racist, rapist, man, and the groomers. It ain't my fault, you know, that the majority of the groomers, yeah, were from Pakistan or heritage. Not my fault. They weren't Muslim, and I mean, if you look at the statistics of the people that were convicted for the actual grooming cases, most of them were Asian, yeah. Most of them were not Bengali. They weren't Gujarati. They weren't Sikhs. There weren't Hindus. There was a handful of each one from each community. But the majority of the groomers that were convicted were what? From Pakistan. That's as simple as that. You can't deny it. It's not my fault. Yeah. You just need to start looking. When there's someone raping in your community, you don't hide it and say, don't talk about it. You've got to expose them and embarrass them. Yeah. And this is the problem. This is why Halima Benares is getting mad. Ain't my fault. Yeah. Ain't my fault. So, you know, you have. You know, this is where you know that, you know, the lies between this is the biggest problem with the Pakistani grooming apologists here, like Naburi, is that you got one case here of 20 men here grooming. 2 of them were Sikhs, and we condemned them outright here. There's hundreds of other groomers that have been convicted, loads of other cases, one in Oxford as well, yeah. All of them Pakistani. But he focuses on this because he doesn't want to take responsibility for his own people's actions. And I don't blame you. It is embarrassing, yeah, to know that, you know, when you think of Pakistanis in the UK, you think of groomers. But until you clear your mess up, there's nothing apart from that's going to come up. You've ruined your own, yeah, you've ruined your own reputation. Dude, you went for my sister, you threatened my sister. Yeah, let me show you again, because you're to blame for this. You threatened my sister, yeah. You said you're gonna go for my sister who's ill, and you know what's gonna happen next. You know what's gonna happen next. I'm not gonna give you any freaking leeway. Now, the reason why this case is important, yeah, is that obviously Faz, yeah, I don't trust Faz as far as I can throw him. All I can say is this, yeah, Halima has been one of the people that has been so against me because of the grooming stuff. Because the first time I met her was because of the grooming. Because she started saying I'm lying and your cousin this, she loved it and all that, yeah. Now, obviously, now we're digging a little bit deeper. We're starting to realize maybe the reason why she's so kind of like, you know, upset with exposing groomers is because of, I don't know. Make your mind up, man. Make your mind up. And the person we got to thank for this is Faz. We salute you, Faz. Because this is a kind of a situation where I got nothing to do with it, but I was dragged into it, and people kept on mentioning my name. Oh, Raj. I didn't even know what was going. I don't even know what was going on. But my name was in messages. My names were on thingy. And obviously, I'm gonna be like, all right, what's going on? And obviously, when I read, you know, about a guy called Abdul, who's Faz has said is you know, hide your brother's sins. When I then Googled it and I got whatever come up, you're gonna have to blame Faz for that. The same way I didn't know about Abu Aisha, yeah. The same way, yeah, I didn't know, yeah, about Abu Aisha, yeah. Yeah, I can't believe it. This is a real dude, yeah. For the first time, yeah, I agree with him because I was not going to do it. But then he threatened, yeah, to expose my sister, and then I had to do it because just to prove a point. So you're going to have to blame that little bitch, yeah? Blame the Buru, that freaking idiot. I even said I'm not going to do it, yeah? But if you keep on mentioning my name, I'll do it. Then he started threatening to expose my sister who's ill. What do you think is going to happen next? Have you even learned how I act, how I react to stuff? You should have known my reaction if you was playing chess, that I will then go do what? Expose it just to prove a point that you can't threaten me. So you're to blame. Blame the Buru, yeah. First time I ever agree with that freaking thing. He's always to blame, man. The same way Pakistan is to blame for everything. Yeah. And I'm going to say something here. Halima, yeah, you're a nasty woman, yeah. Whatever, yeah, I think about, you know, Faz and all this kind of stuff, yeah. To then deny what happened in Bangladesh in 1972, saying that the Hindus done it and they made out the Pakistanis to do it, yeah, is a big disrespect, yeah. Not only to the people that died and were raped, but also to the Indians, also to the people that come there to help. Yeah, just take yeah, what happened on the chin, yeah, and go, okay, Pakistan done wrong, yeah, we apologize and we move on. When you start denying a genocide, you're only disrespecting all those people that have been murdered and raped, yeah. You're a nasty individual, man. Nasty individual. And blame Pakistan as well. Obviously, Pakistan's to blame for everything. Pakistan's burning right now. It's literally burning like a freaking cigarette. Anyway, I got to shoot anyway, man. Big up to everybody. I'm off. Take care.